7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish. And these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day to find off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopi, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. But we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago. In a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition, we knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. There wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons. And there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
Woohoo! Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, Poon No More. Is that a new name for you? Poon No More. How you going, man? I just decided that, well, I haven't been live for fucking months, so I finally had a free night. Oh, that guy's fanging it down the street. Could you hear that in the background? I haven't gone live in such a long time, and I tell you, 2021, it's been different, but I just decided that I had a free night home, not actually doing anything. So I thought, well, now's a good time to go live. You know why? Because no fuckers around. So, AJ About Justice. I'm assuming that's AJ Audrey, right? I'm thinking it is. I haven't actually seen that name before. I think it is. And I know probably AJ probably follows me. So I'm going to take a wild stab that that's AJ. But yeah, I thought I would just go live because I really can't go live at when I think most people would be around, because just every fucker is just streaming these days. It's unbelievable. I remember back in the day I used to do what most of the guys would call Friday night, and it'd be my Saturday. And I used to do a stream, and I would get I'd mix it in with, like, back in the day I'm talking about when I was around with RDA. I just linked my live in around those guys, and everybody had a day or night covered. But these days, like, just fucking so many people are going live all the time now. It's just like, it's just a free platform to jump on and fight. Like Poon. When was this? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? So, like, sometimes I just sit down at my desk. I've got like a huge computer desk, home office desk type thing with 3 monitors and shit, and I'll just look at my notifications and see who's on, and jump in and just have a listen. And I jumped into yours yesterday, and I caught some fight, like, between Nicole. I knew, but I didn't know the other girl. Like, obviously I haven't been around for a while, so Roberto is being smashed. I'm not really sure who Roberto is. See, this is the thing. I took a little bit of a backward step because, actually, of all people, Poon would probably understand. And I took a back step during 2021. I didn't do many lives because I just thought, well, you know what? It's not really, when it becomes not fun anymore, and you've got all these, like, broken friendships and people just, like, stabbing you in the back, and it's really not really worth it. Like, I notice people get on there to make money, doing streams, and, like, some people actually do true crime. So I'm just going to waffle on tonight. So, as far as true crime is concerned, really, the best person that I actually watch is Judy Ron. Another person I talked to called Scout Inquiry. She listens to Judy Ron because I heard her name come up the other night when he was doing call outs. Unfortunately, I don't really get to watch a lot of live streams. I usually watching replays. So, I had the wrong. Oh shit, AJ About Justice. Sorry, I had the wrong AJ. Sorry. I do know. I haven't heard from AJ for a while, but I do know an AJ. AKA Audrey, sorry, I thought, and she's always changing her names and channels and stuff, so I just assumed that you were her. Sorry about that. I'll just check. Let me just do a quick one. I got that go to channel thing. Oh yeah, no, you've only got 4 subs created. You created your account in April 2020. Okay, sorry, I had the wrong person. My mistake. Yeah, Judy Ron. Judy Ron, I really I really like him, and he's gotten really sick. Like, he was sick with COVID. He did up a couple updates last week or whatever. I really feel for him because he had his son that was in the basement, and his son was like a unvaxxed, probably, you know, by choice. I don't know how it works over there so much, but and unfortunately, I think his wife caught it, and then he caught it. So, but they look like they're all on the mend and they're going through their process. So I'm trying to keep up here. Heaps of people get us mixed up. Or just in America. Oh, yeah, you're in Australia. Did you change your name or something? How come I haven't heard of you before? And how did you follow me? Just because I'm an Oz? I mean, I follow mostly Aussies as well. I'm here in Australia, a long time watcher. Oh, shit. Okay. Judy Ron is good, yes. Oh, Real Chill Grass Channel. He's really good. Okay. Poon, do it for the fans. Oh, he's doing it for the fans. But I've gotten huge for us anyway. Oh, I'm not sure. No worries at all. Aussie Man Reviews is badass. You know, I'm gonna play one here of the guy that I follow, right? And you may not have heard of him before. He's fucking funny as. I think if I play some of this and then I pause it, I might be okay. So, have you guys heard of this dude?
G'day, ladies and gentlemen, the Buttsman here. Here's a question. How do you start a video that could be about a future war? Well, I think the best way to do that would be to play both sides. And then through YouTube's editing feature, I can cut out the bit that basically would offend the overlords. So,
actually, let me just do something. I need to should have done this before. I didn't prepare properly. You know what people are like. I mean, they're only shortcuts to fucking websites, but it's no big deal. Okay, let's go back to this.
In 2031, hello, I love China. I am a big fan of China. Everything that China does is fantastic, and the Chinese Communist Party is really good. Xi Jinping is the most sexy man that's ever lived, and Taiwan doesn't exist. But if you're watching this when I upload it, fuck you to the moon, China, you fuck off. Ever since America left the Middle East and turned it back into a thriving metropolis, and now that the evil Rona is defeated by 16 vaccines in each arm and one in your cock, our media and the powers that be need to rely on another form of fear to drive basically everything we do. They've done this for a long time. Think about 9/11. How much fear was put into people from that point? It went straight from 9/11 to the...
Did you see that quick backdrop of him and he had Ass Man New York? That was fucking... Isn't that something out of Seinfeld when Kramer accidentally got those plates and it said Ass Man and everyone thought he was the Ass Man? I know, I thought that was funny.
The war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, and then it went to bird flu, swine flu, all the way up until now. But now, the new big step is the fear of China and war in China.
Welcome, Verbal. Verbal's my brother from a different mother. Hey there, Verbal. Hey, AJ. Oh yeah, Verbal. That's not the AJ that we know. This is a different. This is a different AJ. This is apparently an Australian AJ who has been a long time watcher, and she must have changed her name because I don't remember seeing her in my chats before.
I don't know what's happening in your country, but in my country of Australia, there is one news program that's trying to fucking terrify everyone more than anybody else, and that is 60 Minutes.
You're Brisbane, AJ. Oh, come on. I'm in Brisbane. Everyone knows I'm in Brisbane. No way. Come on. Who am I? Who's this? Is this like Mel trolling me or something, or Spacey or something? Yes. Yeah, I know Space Monster and well, I haven't spoke to her for a while, but I know her. And Traces of Nuts is absolutely wonderful. Tori's a very nice lady. You're on Bribey. Okay, now it's getting scary because you're not very far away from me.
The message coming out of China is getting louder by the day. It doesn't like other countries, especially Australia, ganging up and meddling in its affairs. As we know, Beijing is currently doing its best to punish us economically.
60 Minutes, I don't know. 60 Minutes is like everywhere, right? Like everyone's got their own version of 60 Minutes. So we in Australia, obviously we have our version of 60 Minutes. And I record it on the I got Foxtel, so I recorded on Foxtel. I got like 40 episodes there to catch up on. And they do kind of like dramatize everything a little bit more than probably what they should. But I don't know what it's like in other countries. I think the American version of 60 Minutes is quite intense as well.
Okay, so Australia right now has some trade issues with China. I'm pretty sure that extends throughout the entire world. Basically, China are being a bunch of and they have all the toys and they won't give them back, and we're like toddlers and just kicking our feet and crying. Will that result?
See, talk about trade issues, right? So last year when America had a different president, or was it last year? He made some really good deals with China. Like he really like did some good business with China and made some stop paying a lot of tariffs, I believe. But in like the result afterwards of that is things like they stopped buying our coal, and they make our ships sit in outside of China wharfs for 3-4 months and wouldn't let them in. Basically, China wouldn't buy the coal until they absolutely like got into trouble themselves. And the company I work for, we buy a lot of stuff from China and get a lot of contract manufacturing done in China, and then we finish stuff off here in Australia. And at some of our factories over there, the subcontractor factories had to write to us and say, hey, we're not sure if we're going to get this particular build done or this particular product out to you guys because they've cut our electricity back and we can't run all our machines at optimum level at the same time, and we have to like pick and choose which machines we run. I mean, can you imagine that you can't even turn on certain lights when you want to, or run something when you want to, or say you want to wash your clothes or something, and I'm telling you, man, it's China's the pits.
Result in war? Possibly. Will it result in World War III? Who knows? Will it finally blow up the entire universe because they don't give a fuck about mutually assured destruction? Possibly. I don't know. But 60 Minutes, I fear they know something that we don't, because they titled this video that has almost 10 million views, Prepare for Armageddon, China's warning to the world.
When I was little, my savta taught me that silence was a woman's best garment. But I have to admit, I never really took her advice to heart.
Sure, we might not have nuclear weapons, a massive military force, and actually have less people in Australia, the whole of Australia, than China does in its capital city. But you know what? We have other things. Before we get to what we have, let's look what China has. Let's go through the stats here. China has a lovely 2.1 million active military personnel. I'm sure we have something similar. Okay, let's scroll down the graph. Oh, we're not there. That's great. 59,000. That's almost 2.1 million. But we have a secret weapon. We have a secret military force that no one happens to know about. And I'm going to spill the beans. And I'm sorry to the Australian Defence Force. I'm spilling the beans.
This is funny.
We have soldiers known as emus. There are currently 750,000 emus in Australia. With the right amount of Viagra and sexy emu outfits, we could boost that number to 3.5 million in at least a year and a half. That gives Australia the greatest military might that the world has ever seen. Now you may think, what the fuck is an emu going to do in a war? You don't know about what happened in 1932, you idiot. The Great Emu War. In 1932, 20,000 emus took on...
I need to beef up on this 1932 Emu War, because when I did history at school, I don't remember this, but I'm going to look into it. I might even write to Isaac because he's a funny bastard.
the Australian military force that were armed with submachine guns, and, ladies and gentlemen, the winners were the fucking emus. They fucked everybody up. They're vicious motherfuckers. They go out there, they've got claws, we'll give them some guns, and you know how what they really do that gets under this? It's the psychological attacks. They're really racist, emus. They're racist to everybody. White people, black people, Asian people, hate everybody. They just love emus. They're nationalist emus. So they're going to use, psychological tricks to really beat the enemy. Okay, we've got the numbers. We're beaten with the numbers. But what about the expenditure? Australia's military budget is around $42 billion. Okay. China is rumoured to be $200 billion. Okay, but they also said that no one has died of COVID there for about a year and a half. So let's say that their military budget is at about $4.5 trillion. But they are old numbers about the Australian.
I can't believe they still fucking deny the people dying for COVID over there, where that's where it fucking came from. It's got to be shocking over there.
Budget. Thankfully, under Prime Minister Tony Abbott, he took all of our military expenditure for 2012. I don't even know if he was the Prime Minister in 2012, but let's say for the sake of this video, he took all of that money and put it in Bitcoin, and now we have about $150 trillion just to spend on kidnap the emus with the best gear. Oh, actually, no, we put it in Dogecoin and it's fucking died in the ass. So, okay, we're back to square one, but we still have the numbers. Okay, China has 2 aircraft carriers. We have none. China has 80 submarines. We'll get them. We have
maybe 6.
China has 3,205 tanks. We have 59. Fuck, this isn't looking good. Fuck me, Russia has 13,000 tanks. I love Putin. I am a big fan of Putin. Vladimir, you're welcome at my house. We'll do a shot of vodka and we'll kill some politicians, all right? Love you, mate. All right, let's not worry about money. Let's not worry about, equipment. Let's not worry about emus, all right? Let's talk about military leadership. Winston Churchill helped win the Second World War just with his words. China has Xi Jinping, not afraid to get his hands dirty, especially if you're a Uyghur. But we have, in Australia, ScoMo.
Yeah, we have.
Prime Minister, you're on the bus tour.
Yeah.
Why are you flying?
Well, the bus is going all the way up to Rocky, and that's where it was always planning to go. I mean, it's a big state, so I've got to fly.
To Rockhampton, the bus will catch up with you, and then you'll fly on.
And I'll be flying on to Townsville. And your point is what?
I'm just interested in the point of the bus if you're not on it.
I am on it. I just got off it.
Now, sure, Xi Jinping hasn't shat himself at McDonald's in Australia, but, we all have our faults. I had to shit in the McDonald's bushes once because at King Street Hotel in Newcastle, the toilets were locked, and I went over to the Macca's over the road. The toilets were locked there. I did it in the bushes. So, we've all been there. I
love how he just talks like off the cuff like that, right? Because he said King Street in Newtown. I know exactly where he's talking about because I grew up in Sydney and I used to go down to Newtown. There used to be this place called The Hub. And it was a fucking live sex theater. So you would buy tickets and you would go in and sit like in an ordinary movie theater. And there'd be people on stage having sex. And, this is like, you're going back fucking 30 years or something. But I remember when, but this is what it was, Newtown. I don't know if any of you know Newtown in Sydney, but it's like it's the inner city sort of Newtown, Erskineville. It's really like kind of trendy now, but it was a bit sleazy back in the day.
I'm very close to you, ScoMo. I know what you went through, mate. Maybe we could avoid war altogether. Maybe Xi Jinping and ScoMo could fight each other for the UFC heavyweight title. Maybe it could be a fatal 4-way with ScoMo versus Xi Jinping versus Macron from France, that fucking little snail. And then, I don't know, throw Biden in there. I'm sure he'll pass out 10 minutes into a fucking heart attack, but it'll be an interesting event. China does have one weapon that we don't have. John Cena! So yeah, they have John Cena, and he might be a musty dude, but no Chinese army is ever going to get into Australia. We have someone manning the shores of this country that will never let a Chinese person in. Pauline Hanson. China have a lot of great things. Okay, they got the military might, they got the Xi Jinpings, they have the dumplings. I fucking love dumplings. But we have meat pies, and we've got emus, and we've got ScoMo. We're going to fucking smash you, bruh. You may celebrate the year of the dragon, and that's fine. But we celebrate every year the year of the drop bear, because they're really fucking dangerous.
He's the drop bear.
China, this is a message from Australia. Bring it.
You got to be careful about them drop bears. I saw Pooh mention it before. Those drop bears, babe, you got to be careful.
On, motherfuckers. Because even if the emus fail, we have our army. But even if they fail, we have an army in the streets. And they're called Eshays. And they'll fucking...
Do you like his hat on the top stand there, moist? I just noticed that.
gotta stomp you, brah. Anyway, be good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. My dick stinks. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Toodaloo, bye-bye.
So he's touring, eh? Is he coming to... Well, he would be coming to Brisbane, wouldn't he? Oh, he's going to Sunshine Coast as well. Sunshine Coast and Brisbane. Interesting. I might have to look into that. Let me get back to here. I might have to look into that. He seems... I haven't seen any of his actually stand-up. I just watch his videos. But, yeah... I thought that was funny, and when I watched it today, and I thought, fuck, I'm going to play this and just talk about it. It's funny as fuck. Anyway, so let me go back to... Oh, I have to refresh my YouTube here. I seem to have missed some stuff. So, yeah, I thought I would jump on and have a little chat and stuff, but... YouTube in general, I think I saw Poon in here earlier. He's probably... it must be the middle of the night for him. You know, one thing I know, last not the Christmas we've just had a few days ago, but the Christmas before, I remember thinking, making a community post and saying like, oh, geez, I hope everybody can ease up for Christmas, and you know, the fighting on YouTube, and I mean, I'm talking about like a very diverse amount of people in different communities, and you know, and it got to a point where it's like, oh man, can you take a break even for Christmas, right? And I remember very, very clearly that it didn't stop, and this year was pretty much the same. I noticed that, yeah, people even went live on freaking Christmas Day and were fighting, which is their prerogative. But I had a very quiet Christmas because my sister was spending. It was her mother-in-law's turn to have Christmas, and they went over there. So I opted to just entertain a couple of people at my house. Friends of mine, lurking while doing my nails. Mel. I remember being upset with you when hey Wendy, how are you? Mel, I remember being upset with you when I was watching a live and you were saying how you're gonna stop doing lives or something. I don't think you meant you were gonna close your channel. I think you said you were just gonna stop doing lives, and I wasn't quite sure what happened. Yeah, Wendy, I just decided like at the last moment. Actually, I had a nice bath, and I was laying there because I got a bit of a stiff neck, and I was laying there and I was listening to a few YouTube videos, and I thought, hey, I might as well go live tonight and have a bit of a chat for an hour, because I have a busy couple of days coming up. Even though I am officially on holidays, I'm actually been going into work roughly every third day, because we don't shut our online stores down, so we have to still send out orders where we can. Drop a link. Okay, I will send you a link. I was going to just chat because sometimes I have trouble. Like I think of a lot of things in my head when I'm not live. If I'm just driving along, I think of a lot of things to talk about, right? And then when I go live, my fucking head goes blank. Hang on, I gotta remember how to do this. Copy the clipboard. Wendy, I don't. Ross is still fighting, and he's losing. I don't really follow it too much anymore, Poon. Like I had a different stance on a lot of this stuff. Like I was kicked out of RDA well over a year ago, and I like the boys, but the boys used to say, we don't like that girl drama stuff. But all I've seen is them get involved in the girl drama stuff. And it's just not the direction. I was very grateful just to walk away, and you know, even though Ross probably did talk a little bit of shit about me, I didn't didn't talk any shit publicly about him. I'm just not that interested and not that concerned. I know at one point in time people were being sarcastic about e-dating. Wendy, where are you? Oh, wrong Wendy. Shit. Wendy V. And oh, hello. Hi, Tori. I was just giving you a rap just a while ago. I just woken up from a disco nap and I'm pumped. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to have an all Aussie panel, you're welcome to come up. Wendy V's going to come up here in a sec. Wendy's losing train. Hold on. Oh, okay. So yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I tend to do this. And I did. I mean, I won't lie. I did see the docs, and I have seen him and others over there fighting with other people and all that. Fighting with German lady and stuff like that, and other people. And I don't know. I look at the history, right? At one point in time, this is the way it is for me. At one point in time, the people that they drag afterwards was all part of RDA at one point. That's the way I look at it. Like, I just look at it from the outside looking in. So I used to be there. Hello Starlight used to be there. German lady. This is when I was in there. When Hello Starlight was there. German lady was there. Rev was in and out like a revolving door. And these are all the people I noticed that during 2021 that they been fighting with. And to be honest with you, I just don't care. I just don't take sides. I actually like most people. There's only a very few people that I don't particularly care for, that I had issues with before. And as long as they leave me alone, I will leave them alone. Because even though I am Casper the Friendly Ghost, if they go after me like a couple of them tried to, then I will go after them. And I have a voice and I have a channel. But I find if they leave you alone, you should in return leave them alone. That's the way I see it. So, Tori, are you at home? I don't have a way to contact you. I don't have you. You don't have Discord. So I don't know if I was to send you the link. I don't know how I would get it to you other than the snail mail. Well, I could do that, but Casper, you're nothing. Oh yeah, Poon. Look, yeah, that's absolutely true. The people that were around me at that time, and some of them I don't even speak to anymore. They actually they said to me, Casper, sorry, but you don't really belong there. Like, it's not your. And I just thought, well, really, Poon, I don't even know if you know the story, but the only reason why it came about, my association in the past with RDA, was because of Jamie, because of making lemonade. When when all that incident happened with Ben and Marianne and stuff like that, and then Jamie was wrong, and it's since been resolved and apologized. And Jamie even doxed my picture. Not that I really care, but Jamie even doxed my picture. Everybody knows me, knows what the hell I look like anyway, so it's no big deal. But my Discord experience was 11 minutes and shitty. 11 minutes. See, I've had a Discord for quite a while. I've got like a really old Discord number. I never really used it, and I just used it like to have a chat with a couple of people in there, and then eventually I built it into it's only a small Discord. No one can even send an invite, only me. So I don't know who's here that's in. Oh yes, I do know here. Wendy V's in there. So yes, Wendy's honorable Aussie. Wendy V, I did send you the link on Discord DM or whatever. If you wanted to come up, I don't really like dropping links in the chat, and I'll tell you why. The very first time I went live, the hairy Butt Banded got me. The very first live. It might even still be up. The hairy fucking Butt Banded. And I don't know who that was, but fuck, it was funny. Like a lot of people get pissed off, right? When they get fucked with or whatever. But you have to do your best to, not take it so fucking serious. I mean, I don't like being I've sat here and watched tons of lives where fucking people have been porn bombed, and I think it's a little bit unfair that people do it to Wendy Pack. That's taking advantage of somebody who's not as technically minded as others. Although she's managed to freaking work out how to use StreamYards and bring people up and down on that, so she's done very well for herself. I don't know if anyone taught her, but she's done very well. Hairy Butt used my name to get on panel. You're kidding? They used like a Mel. They cloned you, did they? Yeah. I just discovered I'm still logged in. Oh, I forgot I could pin comments. Jesus fuck, I haven't done this for a while. Yeah, Hairy Butt Banded. I don't even think I could find it. I should have queued it up. I'd show it again if I could find it. Oh, you saw it. You saw it, Verbal. Oh, cool. Verbal, I don't know what you're up to, but it's freaking middle of the night for you, right? Like early hours of the morning. But if you want to come up, just fucking let me know. Yeah, I've never been cloned. I had a Casper. No, there was a Casper Nobles, right? That would have been like either Amy or Jessica at the time. I don't know. Would be one of them too. Yeah, I've left a few Discords, but in a couple of great ones at the moment. Depends on how and who's running them. See, my one's just like a safe haven. I've seen how bad Discords can get, and I learned a lesson early on. Like I had somebody early on, even though I don't have any issues with her now, and she's actually a friend. I had a person who took screenshots out of my Discord, which my Discord is boring. It's nothing. There's no fucking drama going on. It's just people talking, right? But people even get their shits just when people are around. And I oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I was reading something else. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was reading some messages. Someone made an account called Mel's Used Dirty Butt Plug. Oh, okay. Yeah, I look for a short time I was very close to Doodle, as people might know, and they cloned the fucking shit out of her, and I got the blame for it, which was absolutely fucking bullshit. And in fact, I've earmarked one of them, and the thing changed its name. I keep a close eye. So, but yeah, there was one called Doodle's Dildo or some bullshit. But yeah, I got the blame. I'm sure you have all experienced this. Isn't it just fucking fantastic when someone's like in the middle between two people and they love just stirring the pot so that you get the blame for shit that you don't do? It's disgusting. Hey, Mel D. How you doing? I think are you the Mel D out of Wendy's Discord? I think so. Sorry, I to be honest with you, I'm in Wendy V's Discord because she's an Aussie friend of mine, but I really don't know hardly any of the people. I know some of the RDA people in there, obviously, but I really don't know some of the other people. I know Mandy Bell, and I know, Steph and Rex, although I've never spoke to Steph, but I know of Steph. But I really don't know some of there's even Aussies in there that I didn't even know. Okay, cool. Oh, good. So yeah, how bad is 2021 in regards to fighting on YouTube? I'm thinking now that's all YouTube is for. It's just fighting. It's just and it's not like it's like country versus country or anything like that. It's fucking Americans versus Americans and Aussies versus, some Aussies versus Aussies. more so on Space Monster fighting other Aussies, not so much me fighting any Aussies. No, yeah, no, I know. No, it's cool. What happened to Wendy? Did she disappear on me? I'm sure earlier in the chat I read somewhere like Casper sent me a link or something, and then did she mean a stream? Did she mean a StreamYard link, or did she just mean like a YouTube link or something? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm really curious about AJ about Justice, because this lady lives like half an hour from me, and I never even knew I had somebody up this way. I knew there was someone further up the Sunshine Coast that that's in another community, but oh, she's getting a beer. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind one either. No, it's 9 o'clock. I mean, beer gives me a headache, so I kind of have to be sparing with it. So, but how crazy has 2021 been as far as the fighting is concerned? It's a very, very difficult position. I'm really glad I've taken a back seat to a lot of stuff these days, but I do stand by my stance that I think that I'm an individual. I'm an independent subcontractor, and I like to go wherever I like to go. So I don't have anything against these people that are involved in feuds. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand other people want to go down that street, but like me, I don't have any issues with German Lady. I don't have any issues with Steph. I don't have any issues with Ross or anything like that. Like, so why should I mean, if they want to like drag me because I might go into a live and say hi to somebody, then they can do that if they want to. I'm still going to do what I want to do, because I learned a long time that you can't like just be AJ is awesome, Casper. Okay. So Tori, AJ comes into your chats. How come I haven't seen it before? It's just really weird. Because I pretty much know all the Aussies. Well, no, all the Aussies, but I don't remember. And it was confusing because I'm friends with AJ, aka Audrey, like for years now, and I just thought AJ had changed. I'd really like to know. Oh, really? The bullshit? Yeah, you were thinking the same thing, like just like doing like a year in review. Yeah, oh well, AJ about Justice is kind of like me. I used to stream. There was one point I was streaming every Saturday morning at like 11 o'clock, which was pretty much US Friday night. But then I started doing it fortnightly because I got so busy at work that I was having trouble like preparing content and stuff, like funny shit and to talk about, because I don't really like getting on here. I discovered that if you just get on here and just be another channel that just talks about the other people like constantly, it just kind of gets old. Like, you know, like during the year, Tori, you might have noticed like I showed up to your place, and a lot of it was because I just wanted a chill place to go to that doesn't like talk shit on everybody. And then when you talk in the chat, you get in trouble for it. You were doing actual funny stuff, and you were doing scam baiting at the time. And I remember I'm friends with Claire Bear, and I haven't spoken to Claire for a while, but Claire actually said to me, look, you know, come to Tories, but like just, you know, like keep it clean, you know, like don't. And yeah, I fucked up one time. But other than that, how I sort of like started looking for different channels, and I just wanted to like hang out, and it was good that there's other Aussies there that don't just do like drama. And in saying that, I'm not going to be a fucking bullshit artist and say that I don't like watching some of that crazy stuff, because I do. Some of it is funny, but I do it like for my entertainment. I don't like join in. Like, for instance, my head's going blank, but oh, hang on, I have a guest here. Add to stream. Welcome, Wendy V. Even though it says WV.
Hey, what up? Sorry, I gotta mute myself. What's up, Casper?
Not much yourself.
Not much at all.
See, this is a nice time to go live for us.
This is perfect. Perfect timing. This
Yeah.
is the best. Is there any other Aussies in the chat that want to take a link? This would be great.
Tori probably would.
I would love to. I've never spoken to Tori.
You've never
I'd love to
spoken
have
to
a
Tori.
chat.
All right. Well,
no,
look,
I would love to have a chat with her.
Okay. So the only way I can contact Tori is on the email. So let me just go into my email here. Find traces of notes. Actually, I don't know what the fuck folder I got her in. So how you been? How
have you been, mate? Yeah, I've been good.
Christmas,
How about yourself?
How was Christmas?
Yeah, I don't really get into Christmas, so
Neither do I.
I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's
Neither do
over,
I.
so I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to New Year's. I don't know who's available New Year's Eve, but I want to do if any Aussies want to come up on New Year's Eve, because we are 16 hours ahead of our American friends. I always
Yeah.
do a New Year's Eve stream. If anyone wants
Do
to come
you?
up, we'll do that. But yeah, no, I've been good. I've been good. No problems.
Yeah, I don't like Christmas either, so that blows that.
No, I don't get into Christmas. Now it's over, I'm happy. Let's look forward to 2022, New Year's Eve. That would be the anniversary. My first ever live stream was on New Year's Eve back in 2020, from 2019, 2020 New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Have you scheduled it yet? Not yet.
Oh no, I don't schedule
okay.
anything. I do not schedule
Yeah,
anything.
I used to.
It's like if you're here when I'm live, that's about it. You don't get a warning.
Well, sometimes like back in the day, Doodle actually was a mod for you, and I don't know
Yeah.
how she got interested in your channel. I didn't really. She knew about you kind of before me. Then I started listening to you because I would get home from the club, like if I go out like on a Friday, I think it was a Friday or a Saturday or something, and I'd come home and it'd be like 12, 1 in the morning, and then you'd go live, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah,
you were like,
we go live at like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So your
I was an hour.
time, your time difference is ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that, but I haven't done any Friday night streams for quite a while. I go live on a Saturday afternoon with Eritrea, and that's Friday night American time. But New Year's Eve, I'm gonna kick up a countdown and see who wants to join and have a chat.
Oh my God, we have another Aussie. We have another Aussie in the chat. Welcome, Bee Stinger.
Bee Stinger, I don't know. I do not know Bee Stinger. I've discovered there's a lot of Aussies I don't know.
I thought you were just going to say there's a lot of bees because you've got there's a lady beekeeper. I know.
Yeah, lady bee. Yeah.
And there's a few other variations of bees and stuff around, but this Bee Stinger is an Aussie, good friend of mine.
Yeah, well, as I've spoken with you quite a few weeks ago about how I really do think we need to do a Aussie.
I know.
I'm thinking a Sunday afternoon our time.
Yeah.
Just let it rip.
I was trying to find enough. Yeah, but we need to find enough, Wendy, that want to come up because some are a bit shy. I know I could probably get.
There are. I mean, I know a lot of Aussies, but whether you want to let them up or not is a bit
I don't know. Yeah.
So are we going for the normal Australians or the
I don't know.
extra Australians? I'm not too sure. But I think even between you, me, there's a couple. We could do a good.
Well, Tori will come up.
Tori, Mel. We could do a great Sunday afternoon, even if it's just for an hour.
How many can you have on yours? How many can you have on yours? Have you got the plan? You got the 6 or whatever, or
10, I guess. I pay for it, so
shit.
Yeah, 10.
Wow.
But we could find 10 Australians, I'm sure.
Well, I don't think I know that 10 Australians on YouTube.
I could pull 10 Australians. Probably 4 or 5 of them probably would be a problem. But listen, We need to do it. We need to do it.
Yeah, we did talk about. Well, actually, it was months ago, probably. We did talk about it, but yeah, I don't know whether it was going to gain any momentum. It probably should. We
Well,
probably got enough
it
between
would
us.
only be interesting to Australians, really.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Well, that's only a
but
pretty small audience.
but that's what I'm saying. If anyone's home on New Year's Eve, any Aussies, I'm going to do a Aussie New Year's Eve stream like we
What time
usually
are you
do.
talking about, Wendy? What kind of
I'm
time?
thinking 10 o'clock my time, which would be 10:30 your time.
Okay.
Run it down to midnight, and you know.
All right. Well, I'm going out to my sister's for a big barbecue for New Year's Eve, but I probably will be home before midnight.
Most people with a life don't have better things to do on
That's right.
New Year's Eve than be hanging out on YouTube. But for anybody that is around,
Well, it's a cheaper
if you're
New Year's
if you're an Aussie, I'm gonna do the New Year's Eve stream, and all Aussies are welcome, but bar a couple.
Bar a couple.
Bar a couple.
You're gonna have to privately tell me what to show me that list.
Bar a couple. There is a couple I just can't do, but other than that, everyone is welcome.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling I might know one of them.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Yeah. Welcome, Coach Clearfoss. This guy has the best comments. Although he's not. He hasn't asked me about my ute yet. He always thinks I've got a ute, Wendy. Like he goes, "Oh, Casper, you in the back of the ute? Like, what are you up to?" So you're very funny. Phil, I miss you, be Merry Christmas. Oh, very nice. Oh, I've been so long, Wendy. I've forgotten what I'm doing. Did you see that? Did you see that? The Isaac Butterfield thing I played.
No.
Oh, do you like Isaac Butterfield?
Is that the Australian guy with the beard that everyone keeps telling me I should listen to? And I don't. Everyone tells me how great he is, but
he's freaking funny.
Is he?
He's very, he's funny. He's funny. If you get a chance, like he's I don't know how he gets away with fucking language for a start, but he's awesome. What do we got here? Original B here. Yeah, Original B. That's the original Stinger. I don't know what your little avatar pic is. He's changed it again, B. Coach Clearfoss, are you interviewing Jojo? Who's Jojo? I don't know who Jojo is. Have you heard of that guy, Wendy? Like, have you heard that guy called Technical Difficulties?
Yes, I know Tech D. Yes.
You know him? Yeah, he's like.
Well, I don't know him, but I know.
Oh, okay.
Who he is? Yes.
Yeah, he was streaming there for a while, and then he disappeared, and then now he's back again. I noticed.
Well, he went through some rehab sort of stuff.
Yeah, he seems like he's in his
you know, I don't want to delve into that, but listen, he is a funny guy. I must say, he's a funny guy. But you know, he's got some trouble.
Well, when he was popular, when he was popular, he was streaming there every night or two or whatever. He was getting kind of involved with RDA, and I thought to myself, "Oh man, you're going to go down the rabbit hole here." It's like he's offering to show her remains for 15. Coach, that's not funny. Anyway, yeah. So, you on holidays, Wendy?
It's the Christmas season, Casper.
Yeah, but like, do you take holidays, like, or do you just have the basic, like, minimum shit between Christmas?
Yeah,
and
you get Christmas off, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm on holidays, but I'm still having to go in every third day or so.
Oh, that's not holidays, Casper.
Well, yeah, I get the time back. Now, Tori, is Tori still here? I sent you the link via email.
So yeah, I think my plan is I always it'd be the anniversary of my first ever live stream was on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So if
that is,
I'm gonna try and for those Australians that have nothing better to do than be on YouTube on New Year's Eve, which is pretty sad, really.
No, you got to have all the Americans there anyway.
No, it was in the morning for them. But either way, I will be having a open panel New Year's Eve, 2 hours prior to New Year's Eve, and we'll take it from there. No one ever wants to come on my panel, though, Casper.
No. I look. If you heard me before, I do my own thing. As I told you, I don't care what if people want to judge because I'm going to a certain chat or if I'm in a certain. I don't care anymore. I just do what I want to do. I don't have any problems with anybody. If I'm home at that time, I will definitely come up and wish you New Year.
For sure, awesome.
Yeah.
And if not, if that fizzles out to nothing, we will definitely in the new year. We need to do an Aussie panel.
Yeah, we do
for all Australians.
We
but
do.
Bar a couple.
Probably.
Sorry.
We probably need to advertise. We probably need to advertise it a little bit.
I think I was talking to Tori in a chat the other day, and said we need to maybe do a, an application to be of interest if you want to be involved. Oh, that's a good idea. Because there's more Australians around than what you know.
Yeah, apparently, yes. Well, when I first came on YouTube, I didn't realize there were so many Australians because a lot of them were just listeners, so to speak. And it wasn't until I started talking that a few of them came out and a few of them contacted me. So verbal.
There are not a lot of vocal Australians.
Yes, that's true. That's very, very true. We were sing karaoke. If it fizzled out.
Yeah. Mel D is my bestie. She's in South Africa, so Southern Hemisphere,
Yes.
we're all for it.
I like it when you do panels with Mel D. I know her voice now. I know exactly who it is now. Yes. My company is owned by a South African Mel. Even though it's an Australian company, it's actually owned by South Africa.
Listen, every Australian company is owned by someone overseas. Okay, we all know that. It's just the way it is here. Yeah. Because our government is so great.
Well, how are you going with the well, you're not allowed to say it on YouTube,
the C word?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Like, we have spent over a year doing the right thing, having no cases, being fucking perfect. And then just before Christmas, they decided to open the borders. We went from having nothing for a year to 1,000 cases today. So it's like, for the average South Australian, it's like, why did we even bother going through all the shit we did go through?
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. They were keeping everything really, really, really tight, and Western Australia and Queensland were renowned for being the toughest. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And Western Australia gave up the fucking ashes test for COVID.
Yep.
But you know what? At the end, what's the point? What's the point now? We had 1,000 cases.
Okay, so what I think's happened is I think quietly. National Cabinet had their little fucking powwow a few months ago, and basically, I think pretty much all the states got told that you're opening for fucking Christmas.
Well, yeah, maybe, but you've got to understand that we've been wearing masks here, mandatory mask mandates for over a year. Like, we have done the right thing here. We have had no cases, fucking bar a couple of little outbreaks. And then within the space of 2 weeks, we're at 1,000 cases today. And it's fucking, why did we even bother? Why did we even fucking bother?
No, Coach, Wendy's not talking about New South Wales. But
no, they're out of control. But
Yeah.
they're all coming here and having to have a test within 72 hours of coming here, which makes no difference because by the time they get here, they're spreading it everywhere. And yeah, so today we hit 1,000 cases, first time ever.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And
I think
for those of us that have been struggling with this mask shit for a year, going, why are we wearing this? We don't have any fucking cases, but we've done it, and now it's just all gone to shit, and it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. That's what I mean about his comments. Yeah, we had something like 700 or something today, I think, in Queensland, and we were like single digits, and they were all in quarantine, and it seemed like 2021 was so controlled, and then it's just like, hey, everybody, open the fucking gates, and and now everybody's fucked.
We spent all of 2020 trying to do the right thing, and then the government just went the last 3 weeks, but now throw it all to the wind.
Yeah.
We'll be right.
That's why I think, Wendy, they were all fucking told, because they were all doing their own thing. And I remember the WA was really, really tough, and our premier the same. And I even thought, fuck, we're gonna be hated by everybody, like, because she just wouldn't fucking let anybody in.
Hey, they gave up the fucking ashes to the fucking test for the sake of COVID. I mean, they're still on their side, but for me, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
It's you know.
Well, I'm double vax, and I'm at the end of my original 6 months after the second one, so I'm booked in on the 4th of January to get my booster. So I'm at that period where it's probably like worn down.
Yeah, listen, I've had the vax and whatever. It's just yeah, we won a year here in South Australia.
Yep.
Like doing the right fucking thing. We went through our lockdowns, just avoiding Victorian people as we should because they're gross. And just did the right thing for like a year. And then they just opened the borders, and now we're 1,000 cases a fucking day. It's like, well, why did we do that for you? Why were we complacent? Why did we do the right thing for you to just fuck us over, basically?
Yeah.
That's the way I feel.
My feeling is that they didn't want to deal with the Christmas issues. And I just feel...
you've got New South Wales is 8,000 fucking cases a day. New South Wales, Victoria, fucking 3,000-4,000 cases a day.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
the good thing is, Wendy, that it doesn't appear as bad as like, as far as the illness is concerned. It doesn't appear as bad as, say,
I get it. I get it. Yeah, for sure. But still, for us in South Australia, we fucking did the right thing for so long. Even when we had no cases for fucking nearly 6 months, and we were all complaining, why are we still wearing these masks? Oh, because, we're keeping our economy fucking going. And then they just open the floodgates, and it's fucking...
at the end of the day,
it's fucked now.
Wendy, at the end of the day, the dollar will always fucking outrule everything.
Yeah, I know, but it's
disgusting. It's disgusting.
Hasn't worked out that way.
Over health.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, I was a bit scared when it first came out and it was spreading all that sort of back in, I don't know, 2020, whatever it was. I was scared. Like, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere on the weekend. It was lockdown, and it was just, wow, this is. And then 2021, like, nothing changed for me. No one, like, our work continued and actually blossomed. Like, we actually have grown 30% during COVID. And I never missed any work. I never lost any money. But I've heard some really, really bad, really, really bad stories. People losing their jobs, people losing their businesses.
Yeah, of course.
And people not being able to get across the border for, really legit reasons.
just for us in South Australia, we did the hard yards for months and months and months on end.
Yep.
So for them to just go, right, borders are open, and within it took about 12 days, we've now blossomed into fucking yeah, it's everywhere now. After a year of doing the right thing,
Yep.
keeping it fucking nothing. We had nothing. And yeah, it's just fucked up.
Yeah, I
It
haven't done
is
much
what it is,
research.
though.
I haven't,
You know,
I
what
haven't
do
done
you
much
do?
research. I haven't done much research on the new variant, but you know, they want to get the planes back in the air, and it's just fuck.
And listen, I get it, but out of all, Western Australia is probably the top state, but we would be the second state in trying to do the right thing. And for
Yeah.
them just to open the borders and basically let it in, it's like, why did we do this for the last year? You know, it is
Yeah.
what it is. What do you do?
Well, there's nothing you can do. That's the
No,
problem.
that's right. That's it.
I must admit, I feel a little bit nervous at the moment with the new variant going around, but like, because I'm due for a booster, so like 6 months, so I'm getting a little bit edgy. Not going out as much.
So, Casper, if you're home early enough New Year's Eve, are you going to come up on panel?
Yeah, I
New
will.
Year's Eve? Yeah.
I will try to
Cool.
make it before your midnight. So what? Am I only half an hour in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 9 o'clock there now.
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So I'm behind you. Okay, sorry. That's right. You're in. That's right. I don't have daylight saving. Okay.
No, but you're ahead of me.
No, it's 9:30 here.
Oh, you're joking. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it's the other way. Yeah.
You know, Queenslanders do not
So
have
the other time,
daylight
you give us,
savings because they face their curtains.
the other night, Wendy, you were doing a stream or something, and you were saying something about the time, and I'm looking at the clock when you were talking, and there was only half an hour difference between us, and I'm thinking, how is it only fucking half an hour difference?
I did not realise that Queensland could ever be in front of me time-wise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or behind you, in front of you.
Yeah, well, in front, because, you know,
you're 10 o'clock. You're 10 o'clock now.
I'm 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, I'm behind you. Okay. So I could, as long as I get home, say by 11:30 or something, I'll be fine.
No, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'd love for like Tori, Mel, whoever, come up and have a chat. Joey, like, you know, there's a lot of Aussies.
Yes.
Just to say hello, Happy New Year's. It'd be good.
It would be good. Tori didn't come up. She must have disappeared. I don't see her in the chat anymore.
She might be busy.
She said she has. No, well, I sent it to her by email, and then she said she had Discord, but I can't. I don't like giving out anything in the chat. I'm very careful.
You don't want that headache, do you?
No. I've learned from watching other people and a little bit in the past. So yeah, I learned a few tricks. So I learned how to not have people fucking with me for the sake of it, because they will. It doesn't matter who you are. They fuck with everybody.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What is bites? I'm partial to too many flies. Yeah, so I got to go into work tomorrow as well. See, we keep our online stores up, so we sell like just 24/7, 7 days a week, and there's around, I don't know, 20 orders to fucking send out. So I had my guy come in, and then I'm in the middle of setting up a new factory, so I got lots of work to do.
So you're busy. You're busy.
I am busy, but in saying that, I am enjoying the break as well, and just not being open is nice as well. Plus, I'm building a new shed out the back. I have gone to the tip, but to go out to my sister's today and get my chainsaw serviced by my brother-in-law. So yeah, I've been busy. I usually spend my I don't know if anyone knows my history, but I used to look after my sister's property out there. I used to go out there and mow. She has like 5 acres. Like there's only probably a couple of acres that actually need mowing. And they're right on. I keep breaking their right on mower. It keeps like breaking belts and snapping belts, and they keep burning off. And they're like $60 a belt.
Yeah, it's
And
tough. There's a lot of grass there.
Yeah, it's a lot of grass. And hey, Tori's back. I'm here, but I was trying to connect my Bluetooth headphones before joining as I bring an echo with me, but they're being dickheads. Oh, okay. So she has the link anyway if she wants to use it. Can't you just get on your computer? Don't you have like plug-in stuff? I used to use when I used to use a mixer and all that sort of stuff, and it was just way overkill. I got rid of it all and just brought myself one of the best fucking USB mics that was going around at the time, Tektronix or something, and headphones, and that's all you need. What do you use your phone, Wendy, or do you use a computer? Or
I got a microphone for Christmas, but
Ooh.
I've been using my Sony gaming headset for like a year, so I just like using that. That's it.
Yeah, you always sound good when you're doing your live
Yeah,
streams.
because this I can mute myself very quickly. I like that.
Oh, you can just touch something and it just mutes.
Hit that button.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I usually only live stream when I'm home alone because then I can have all the bandwidth and stuff. But I just decided tonight to go live, something different.
Oh, it's good. It's good to see you go live. That's why.
Yeah, I know. People have been
live. Let's
people
head
have
in
been.
there.
I was going to come in and tell you I was going live in there, but here we go. Tori's here.
Aloha.
Hey, Tori.
Oh, God, I've got my avatar of Linley up there.
You can change it on the fly, I think.
I can. I will. That's my parody.
Tori, you haven't spoken to Wendy before? Or you
no.
have?
No, well, in chat. We've spoken in my chat, but not in the flesh, so to speak.
Oh, look at
nice
that
to meet you, Tori. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Wendy.
Well, here's 3 of the Aussies that will go on your panel.
Yeah, I think we could have a great panel together, just talk shit and have a good time.
Oh, look! Now we have another Aussie in the chat. Blue's an Aussie as well.
Hey.
She doesn't go on panels or anything. She's always usually in the chat, but she's I think she's an Aussie / she's an Aussie / Kiwi. I think I'm not really sure. She'll have to confirm that.
Yes. She was the subject of a certain thing that happened that made quite an issue.
Yeah. I kind of heard about it, but I didn't know any details.
Oh, I knew all the details.
Oh,
but anyway, I think Aussie panel is in order. I think we could all have a great time. I'm thinking a Sunday afternoon. That's a pretty good time for everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good for a Sunday afternoon. My end for sure. I'm just gonna send you a message for a second.
Yeah, Sunday afternoons are good for me.
Yeah, that's a good time.
But I've woken up. You know when you have a disco nap and then you sleep for like 3 hours.
What the fuck is a disco nap?
Is that like a nana nap?
Yeah, my niece told me that when I said I had nana naps, she said you sound old, so she said call them disco naps.
Oh. Right, it's always a nana nap, right?
But yes, I've woken up like all disoriented because it's like 10:30 here, so I, just literally thought I'll have a little half an hour power nap kind of thing, and then 3 hours later I've woken up and the house was all dark and.
Have you look? I'll be honest with you, Tori. Honest question: have you ever laid down to have a nap, and it could be any time, and you wake up and you fucking don't even know what time or day it is?
Yeah, that is literally what's just happened to me. Because the weird thing was, I was like, "Fuck, I'm meant to be at work, and I'm actually on holiday at the moment."
Yeah, I
And
didn't
then
know if it was breakfast or dinner. Like one night I wake up.
No, so it took me a little while to get upright and functioning. And then when I've been on panels, apparently I'm really good at echoing all the time. So I
Sound
was
good,
trying
though.
to connect my
You
Bluetooth.
sound good.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Awesome. I've nailed
Tori,
it
are you
for
going to be doing any
fun.
more scam baiting in the future?
Yeah, I am. I've got a few Nigerian scammers ready to do some romance scamming, but it's really like scam baiting is more of a winter thing for me because the weather's so nice at the moment. I can't stand being like stuck
Oh,
on my
yeah.
phone or indoors chatting to scammers when it's nice weather outside.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
But
that's true.
I've got so many episodes to upload of the ones that I've done before, so I might just get organised and do that while I'm on holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what got me like interested. I first came across to you in this. I think it was earlier this year, and I was listening to. I think the first time was you and Claire were like acting out the script or whatever.
Yeah. That was last year. That was last year.
Was that last year? Oh fuck! Was that
Yeah.
2020? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was this
Yeah.
year.
I know time
Okay.
flies on YouTube. Holy
Okay.
shit.
But yeah,
But,
no, it was good listening to you.
yeah, it's good fun. It
It
is good fun.
is. It is. And I think I heard you do one with I think you did one with Joey as well. More
Yeah, she did
recently.
one recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like only in the last few months.
I have trouble like actually catching lives, but I do try to like watch some of the replays.
Well, I kind of because of my job, I only really go live when like I sort of go live when YouTube is a complete like barren field with tumbleweed blowing across it. Like I seem to only be able to go live when there's literally only 13 people on YouTube.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I when I was going to go live tonight, I thought this is the perfect time. There'll be nobody around. I can just talk to myself and get it all out, and then I'll be done.
Well, we had the
He
same
goes
thought.
like me. Like I prefer it when there's less people around.
Yeah.
But I don't get that so much.
Like
But
when you
anyway,
no, you're too popular, Wendy. You're too popular.
no, I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
convenient.
Oh, I remember watching some of your lives. You know, I don't.
we don't talk about them anymore, Casper. So.
Oh, we don't. Oh, okay. Well, you used to get a lot of people. There was a lot of people in there.
No, and I've actually changed it up now. So, I used to do Friday nights, which would be American in the morning. But now I do Saturday afternoons, which is Friday night American time, and we have a good time. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because your content's about actual YouTubers and stuff, people will also rock up for that. I learned that very early on when I went live about Molly Golightly. I think it's still my biggest ever viewed video, and I did it in 2018, and I've never come close in terms of views since.
Yeah, I don't really clip much anymore. I'm sort of over that whole. It's been a couple of years. I'm sort of over it.
Ian Ellis LC. Is that Belland or is that? I think that's Belland. Hey Belland, how you doing? I think it is. So, oh fuck, forgot.
I'm gonna head into 2022 with maybe more reaction videos, whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, I like my live streams. The clipping stuff is sort of run its course, I think.
I like your clips.
Did you used to watch all of that stuff, or did you have people that helped you and got stuff for you as well?
I've never had anyone help me. What?
When he
So
does
you
it,
must have
you do
watched
it
a
yourself.
shitload, because at one point it was like, I didn't know how you were even able to clip stuff, because I thought, fuck, weren't all those lives happening at the same time?
Yeah, I know. But when you start and it's going, you do become invested in it, and you do become sort of, this is my thing. But yeah, 2 years later, I just don't give a fuck about it anymore.
No, well, it's
simple as
too,
that.
because it used to be back in the olden days. You know, if someone had a meltdown, it was sort of the talk of the town. But now every channel's just batshit crazy. So
Yeah,
it's not like
it's not like the content is not there like it used to be.
Really?
No, it's not.
There's more fights now than I've ever seen.
No, but it's not. For me, it was always about spurring conversation in the comment section, right? Like the same old was it's just not the same as what it was.
Okay.
It just isn't.
No, because in the past, Casper, it was more everyone sort of had their own thing and they'd be doing their own thing, but then suddenly a fight would break out and everyone would be like, holy shit, they're fighting, and everyone would run there to watch it. Whereas now you can pretty much go on any channel and there's fighting and screaming and bitching about somebody going on.
Yeah.
Whereas we used to wait for those moments.
I got you.
Listen, I'll tell you now, my last clip that I did was Pugs. I think you guys, well, I know Tori probably knows who Pugs is.
Yep.
Pugs went on to Molly's, and there was a conversation made, and I swear to God, that is the funniest shit I've heard in a year. It was entertaining, it was funny, and that shit just doesn't happen anymore. And
the one
it was great.
with Laura as well, Pugs, Laura,
Yeah.
and Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually spat coffee out of my mouth when
it was fucking hilarious.
when
So
Pugs
like-
it was funny as fuck.
So you girls like the spontaneous
even the
fights.
people in my comment section, because I pinned my own comment, I said, listen, it's Christmas time. Let's just enjoy the fact that this is funny. Let's not fucking have bad comments. Everyone fucking did the right thing. That was gold. That was reminded us of the old times. It was fucking funny as fuck.
And it was one of those ones, so because I mean, irrespective of how people felt about any of them, like I mean, I've got to give it to Laura. She does come out with great one-liners, because Pug said something about you don't have my phone number, and Laura, without missing a beat, was like, well, my mother does.
I said, I went in my Discord, I said, it's the most genuine laugh I've had from Laura in like 2 years, because she was so quick, and she goes, well, my mum does, and I fucking died. It was fucking hilarious, and that is the stuff that we don't have anymore around here.
It's spontaneous
And
stuff.
it was funny as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, I do understand that, but you're right. Yeah, you go somewhere, you just click into a live, and there's generally some fight of some kind.
No, that was a bit different, because those of us that have been around for a long time understood it, and then it was funny because Marissa had there was like 600 people in there that didn't know who the fuck Pugs was, but for us handful, we knew how good it was, and they were just like, who is this lady? Like, oh my God, it's Pugs. You know, like, it was gold for me. You know, it's just what it is.
Well, when I interviewed Molly, it was just something I wanted to tick off my bucket list, because she was one of the first people I saw on YouTube. But she's done some crazy fucking stuff, man. Like I know she's out there. Like some of the stuff she's done is just like, oh my God, woman, I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah, she's really derailed. I mean, she was always train wreck viewing from the start, but now it's just like batshit crazy train wreck.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Is it just channel? Sure. Is it just a brand? Is it just channel building? Is it just about the clicks and stuff? Like, is that?
No. I actually think that she actually is
losing the plot.
Losing the plot. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
She is histrionic and crazy.
Hey, can I ask you two girls' opinion about somebody that I've been watching people talking about it and that?
Oh,
do
God.
you
in the firing line?
Natasha Cooper. Do you think that she's a full-on scammer, or is just Another.
Well, yes. Have you not been down a Natasha Cooper rabbit hole, Casper?
A little
I did
bit.
this
Just
like 6 months ago.
Wendy,
And
I
she
tie
made
a
the
rope on
news.
myself now. I don't get caught in
Listen,
that.
I have no sympathy for anyone that's throwing her money at this point. She's a professional con woman, and if you know.
So it's not a case of skimming off the top, Wendy. It's more of a full on.
No, she's got a history.
No, she's got a
I
history.
saw
She
this.
raised $20,000 for a lawyer to combat her fucking YouTube bullying and harassment, which just yesterday she announced was to counteract copyright strikes, and she's striking everyone. And she did 10 grand for Christmas for kids in the community. There is no transparency. No one knows where that money went.
Nothing
And
at all.
she goes to the casino, right? Right?
yeah.
Listen, it's crazy. If these people throw money at her, there's nothing that any of us could do. But
because there's so much information out there.
There's
yeah.
so
Why
much.
do people keep throwing money
I
at
was
her?
posting that she made the news in her fucking where she lives. I was posting that link 6 to 7 months ago, saying, "Listen, this Natasha Cooper is a fucking con artist, you know." And here we are. There's
Well,
still going
look,
on.
Wendy, I'm not naive. I did watch the evidence about when she did those taxes for the lady, and then she just kept telling her that that the money wasn't back. And I did watch all of that, and that's what me started thinking like, wow.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'd heard the stories, but until I saw that conversation, I was like, oh my god, she is actually trying to rip this woman off.
Yes.
And
well, certainly she was delaying the money. She was
it was
and she'd already moved it anyway. She'd already moved it.
At this point, if people are not aware enough, that what can we do, guys? You know, at the end of the day, what can we do?
I know there's about 50 channels that have popped up that just go live exposing all of her stuff every day, and they've grown like massively.
Well, it's probably the last 6 months I've followed a lot of them, and that's why it's so funny now. Laura has jumped on that bandwagon. Like she's the let's go for Natasha calling for a lawyer, but of course Laura gets called out because she sort of did the same thing. It's crazy, but Natasha is an awful person. That's all I have to say. She's an awful person.
I kind of watched. Look, I don't have a lot of sympathy for Robbie, but I don't really get along with Robbie. But I saw what happened with her and that other guy that she was a regular on her.
Siren.
Yeah,
the makeup guy.
Yeah. He got shafted pretty good, didn't he?
Listen, it is what it is.
Well, that the photo I had up before, Casper, is my parody character Linley, who's Natasha's sidekick, Lynn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I listened to Mummy Ramblies tonight. She's got some community guideline strikes. She's done some ban evasions. I said on my last stream that I think, I was on Eritrea's, and I said, I think 2022 will be the Natasha Cooper year. I don't know. It's going to end badly for her, I think.
But she'll just move on to another platform because that's the thing. She's a serial scammer. So she got booted off Facebook. Yeah. And now she's on YouTube. She'll just move on to Twitch or something after.
Yeah, well, she could try, but yeah.
But this is worse than the Diane and Wendy thing, wasn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're both fine. They're both actually bad.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that because, you know.
Are you telling me this Natasha Cooper has like a fucking casino fund, like will raise money?
Well, the thing is, she that GoFundMe she had going just for the 20K. she spoke about how she had access to it with her PayPal credit card or whatever, which we don't have that here, but she's driving to the casino, like, and these people still keep throwing her money. How much
Really?
sympathy? How much sympathy can you have for them? Like, honestly, it's
Yeah,
just
and it's the
it is
same
what it is.
offenders. Like some of them have literally handed over thousands of bucks,
Yes,
and
Wow.
yeah,
there's all
yeah,
this information out there about her now. If they just
yeah.
punched her name into the search bar, they'd find her. But they just
Way
keep.
and way before that, we're at this point. Like, it's been out there. Like, it is what it is. I mean, you can't.
She's the worst I've seen on YouTube for sure.
Terrible, absolutely terrible.
I'm still
That's
just
for sure.
I'm still watching stuff, but yeah, I just kept thinking because I got a friend that liked her, and I said, no, look, you got to watch this, you got to watch that, and I don't know whether I've convinced her yet, but it just looks really bad.
And the thing is, what I find disturbing is people in my community
Mm,
that love her, right? Love her. They're like, we love Natasha Cooper. She's
okay.
so entertaining. We don't give her any money, so we don't really care what she does.
Okay.
On the other side of their face, are calling out people that have done nothing compared to her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you've got an extra wish list.
Yeah.
Like, and it's such hypocrisy. It does my fucking head in, and oh, it drives me crazy. It
Yeah. I
drives
just
me
don't
crazy.
understand how people can't wake up to something like that if it's been going on for so
Well, I
long.
don't think they want to though, Cuthbert, because she makes these facial expressions and she's on camera and she's calls people whores and assholes and
Yeah, I've seen
you
some of
know,
that stuff.
like,
Yeah.
did you see that interaction between her and Space Monster? Like, oh my god,
Yeah, a little
it's
bit.
like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, the drama whores will love her.
Yeah.
The true people that understand that she's a scammer will
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And that's the problem around here.
The thing I found with her is like when you first checked her out. Well, when I first checked her out, and yeah, it was ages ago. Like because everyone was sort of saying, "Oh my god, you've got to check out this chick in a recliner in her cold shoulder tops and headbands." So like everyone else, I went over there. But I mean, I picked the gimmick pretty quickly, like the sort of long pauses and the facial expressions. But when you start listening to her and how she talks to people and stuff, like it didn't take me long to realize she was really bad news. At that point, I didn't know about the scamming at all, and then suddenly that all came to light. But it's amazing people still find the facial expressions and everything so entertaining. They mustn't be listening to her because what she's actually saying, when you pay attention to it, it ain't good.
No,
Like it's
not at
totally
all.
narcissistic and evil. Like
Yeah, yeah.
she's emotionally abusing her subs, which is the thing that annoys me because they are handing out this money and you just want to scream out, stop doing that. But you can just see she's got these people that she's just emotionally abusing and they're just doing whatever she tells them to. It's really
Well, she came from Facebook, and the first time I ever heard of her was on Mummy Ramblings because
Mm.
they'd been having it out on Facebook. Like, and we're talking over 6 months ago. We're talking a long time ago. That's when all her racist stuff came out, and she still hadn't adapted to YouTube very well. So I went down that rabbit hole a long time ago, and yeah, people just don't care. While they're calling other people out for doing much less things, they're all sitting in Natasha Cooper's chat, and that's what bothers me.
yeah, I'm a bit of a zero tolerance person across the board because there's so much
Yeah,
hypocrisy on
yeah,
YouTube in other ways as well.
yeah.
Like, you see it
If you're going to be doing a live calling out someone for having an extra wish list, right, for like $60,
Yeah.
but you're still cool with the woman that's collected 20 grand plus 10 grand for Christmas, is not transparent, and has now said that, oh, this isn't about bullying and harassment. I'm using the 20 grand to get a lawyer to strike everyone. I have a problem with that. Like, do you guys realize how stupid you look? That's just me. That's just me, though.
Have you noticed in the last year people going legal now?
We're going legal. We're going
Yeah.
legal, Casper.
Going legal. I just find it funny. People
I
say
wish
the
I had.
nastiest shit.
I wish I'd gone legal on that dude who struck me for playing the Vegemite commercial.
Oh, Tori, can you explain that to me? Because I never understood how you could have got a strike from somebody that did not have copyright on that. It was from an ad.
Which is why I wish I'd gone ahead with it, but I didn't want to give him all of my information. That's why I didn't go ahead with it. Like when you see the form, and I'm like, but no. So he's an absolute fuckwit in Melbourne who has a channel where he gets old Australian TV shows and commercials, and he's got the equipment to sort of, restore them, I guess, digitally and re-enhance them. And I was actually on a live, funny enough, with Claire Bear, Casper, and she dropped the link in chat, and I played this Vegemite commercial, but it was from this guy's channel, and he struck me. So, I mean, I even wrote to Bega, who now own Vegemite.
Me too.
Right,
me too. I tweeted them.
We were tweeting and all kinds of stuff. But, in hindsight, like now, next time I'll just, if it happened, I'd challenge him. But it was quite funny because Mel is a really good researcher, and she found his Facebook page, and he's an absolute tosser. So, in hindsight, I wish I had actually...
You would have won.
Pursued it, yeah, exactly. But instead, I sat out.
So somehow he found out that you played something, and he struck you.
Yeah, and it was from his channel, but it wasn't his original.
But
content.
it wasn't his. Yeah, that's
yeah. And YouTube's response to me was when I sort of said, "Look, it's not his original content." That's when they said to me, "You need to get a lawyer then." And I was like, "I am a bloody lawyer, so." I'll represent myself.
That is where YouTube is so fucked up, you know. You can have horrendous streams that are reported 100 times and nothing will happen. But there's something as basic as this idiot, and you have to cop a 3-month strike. You know.
Yeah, and I was my goal was to get to 1,000 subs by the end of last year, because I only had like 800 subscribers when he struck me. And I even emailed him a few times and said, he's like, well, people pay for my content and people like you play it for free. And it's like, well, if you're selling stuff, then you shouldn't have it available for people to play.
So you contacted him and he just didn't care. He
wouldn't budge. And I said,
what an asshole.
You're probably the first person on YouTube who's struck a non-monetized channel playing a bloody... I actually said to him, this is un-Australian.
Yes.
One of the letters I wrote to Bega, I actually wrote it as the Vegemite jingle, but about how un-Australian it was that this guy had struck me on YouTube. They didn't even reply to me. I was so pissed off.
What an asshole, though. Like, what sort of asshole do you have to be like to do that?
Can we invite this guy on your panel?
Yes. What's his name? Well,
yeah.
He was Australian.
He's an Aussie. He's an Aussie, isn't he, Tori?
Yeah, Mel found... Yeah, he's in Melbourne. Mel found his Facebook, and there was a photo of him holding a big VCR in a high-vis vest. And
oh, my God.
Yeah, he was a total wanker.
What a wanker, yes. What a total disgrace. Oh, my God.
But yeah, I should have fought it. Now, I mean, I wouldn't bother now. I wouldn't care about putting my information out there. What are they going to do with it?
Yeah, it's just a contact. Sorry for my language, but it is. It's just a contact.
I got a
privacy. I even offered to pay him for it. I said to him, "Okay, well, if the issue is I played it for free, what would your fee be?" And he's still in touch.
That's funny.
Are you joking? He's still. What a lonely man he must be.
he was a bullshitter too, because he told me that it was actually YouTube that struck me, and I was like, no,
Bullshit.
you get a choice, mate. You can do nothing. You
Exactly.
can do a copyright claim, or you can go the strike. It's got nothing to do with YouTube.
Yeah,
You hit
that's
strike.
right.
Yeah, so he's a liar too.
He's just a douchebag. What an
Mm.
asshole.
Wendy, do you fight strikes and stuff? Do people do that shit to you?
Only a couple in my time here. And that's just the only strikes I've ever had is because the comment section they did not appreciate. So it wasn't about true copyright strikes. It was because we're all good until that comment section gets out of control. But it is what it is. If I'm not monetized, if I lose my channel tomorrow, it is what it is.
Yeah, I got. Tori, did you get your monetization back? I lost mine a while ago.
Yeah, no, mine came back. That was actually my fault though, because I hadn't received the PIN number thing.
Oh.
Like when you get the Google AdSense and they send you out a PIN number. And
I didn't
you've
get
only
that.
got so I had to request another one, and it arrived like 2 days later.
What really sucks is when you've got like $85 in your AdSense account and then you lose monetization.
Oh,
that's what happened to me.
I just like having nothing to do with money on YouTube because
I take YouTube's money.
I've seen so many people be influenced by money and super chats, and
no, I don't like that shit.
I just like not having anything to do with that. I got like 1.5 million views on my channel and I'm not fucking monetized. I like it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my channel's so tiny anyway, but I'm sponsoring, or our channel, the community is sponsoring rescued wildlife down here.
I did see that. I did see that. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I'm using it for good, not evil. And I mean, I think I've had 2 payments of $180 each or something. It's not like I'm raking in the thousands.
But that's pretty
so
good.
You can put it to that, and that's very, very cool. But for someone like me that from day one has said I will never be monetized, even if I wanted to be now, I can't go back on that because I've already announced it. Otherwise, there's so many people who call me out on it. It doesn't matter, but it's good. It's all good.
No, I always said I'd take YouTube money because it's just for the ads and stuff, but I won't take anything else. No super chats, no fucking pay, nothing. Don't need anybody else.
I made a buy me a coffee account that was called I renamed it Buy Me a Beer because Science Girl owed me $100 for my first ever live stream, so I made that just so she could pay me back. And even after time, people would start buying me a coffee. It's like $3, and I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable getting money for just going on YouTube.
Especially when you see what some of these other people are up to.
Yeah, I just took it away, and I was just like, nah, whatever. It's all right.
Some of these people, this is their full-time job, Wendy. It's just fucking how to make money on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, not for me. Not for me.
When Tori puts up good stuff like the scam baiting stuff and all that, I mean, that's...
What's this scam baiting stuff, Tori? What do you do? What's this?
It's fucking great.
Are you roping in the scammers?
Yes. Yeah, I pretty much catfish romance scammers and get all their
I like
it. It gets a bit juicy, Wendy, along the way too.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
That's why I catfish, because
I remember you talking about what was that guy's name? It was an Arab name, Ahmad or something. I remember you talking about that. Farouk, yes. And I do remember that, and because I don't know how I was unsubscribed from you, and that's why you see me in your chats, because I was like, oh my god, I was unsubscribed, so I missed out on a bit. But yes, I remember Farouk.
Yeah. So it's fun, but I do catfish. I create a character because otherwise, when they start getting sleazy, you do actually get affected by it if you're being yourself. So, but no, it's really good fun. And there's a huge scam baiting community on YouTube, and some of them are absolutely hilarious. Most of the American scam baiters do the like tech scam baits where they're just a phone call and they play characters and take the piss out of them, and they're really funny. But I'm a romance scam baiter, so sometimes you get them.
You're a true catfish, aren't you? You're
It's really
roping them
fun.
right in.
But it's fun because I try to make it like I write it so that it's funny for people that are watching it. But I've got to, if I go too far, they get onto it and work out that I'm taking the piss. So there's that fine line with the way I write. So it's quite a good creative writing exercise. But yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll certainly be more scam baiting soon. I mean, I'm still getting messages all the time. I've got one called Denzel who's still in the background.
Where's your fishing ground? Where do you go for these scammers?
Usually they send me friend requests on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or if I get like, one of those emails, the Nigerian prince, sometimes I'll get in a bit of correspondence with them. And recently I've had a few phone calls too, and I keep thinking I should have my landline near the phone, like near the computer when I go live.
And where's the majority of the scammers from?
Nigeria. It is
Nigeria.
Yeah. I mean, but I've had scammers that were even the one I did last year, the Soft 34. He was in London.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a group of African guys living in London, in a really well-known sort of suburb of London where a lot of scammers live. But that got really full on. Like, it got to the point where he was getting me to get a friend to take money to this address, and I got so much information from him. It was brilliant. Bank accounts and addresses and all sorts of shit. Yeah. And then we all freaked out and blocked him.
Yeah, but they're out there though. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
They are.
I think Tori does pass on the information too at the end of it when she's done with them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the one that we blocked, because he was getting pretty scary, and he started sending me all these photos that he dug up from my Facebook page and stuff back at me, and I was like, okay, he's getting really creepy.
Right.
But by then I had so much info, and when I sent it all up to Scamwatch, they were like, holy shit, this is incredible, like, to even have a street address in London. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. But he did, but me trying to be funny, I said, I'll send my mate Boris Johnson around to collect the money. And then he was like, but he's the Prime Minister. I said, I know, my poor mate's got the same name. He gets it all the time.
Yes, my mate Boris, come on.
But Boris delivered the money to the wrong address. So,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but he really did start to get a bit creepy, and we all voted to boot him. Dump him, block him on everything. But I'm sure that from the scam baiting that I've done, that because they steal people's photos and stuff, I'm sure that there's a collection of my photos that get used as a fake profile now that they use, because I've used my real Facebook to lure them.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, as soon as you get that Facebook interaction, it's no holds barred, you know.
No, well, what I do is I accept the friend request and automatically block them, but then send them a message in Messenger. So they don't have much time to find it. But because even with the private, like, even with all the privacy settings on Facebook, you can still see photos.
Yeah, I had photos taken from my Facebook as well.
Yeah. But I don't care. Get my face. I mean, I've always said if a Nigerian scammer made his way to Tasmania and murdered me for a bit of comedy writing, well, that's a comedian's dream, isn't it?
It's pretty good, yeah, for sure. And then we would talk about it forever after.
Yeah,
we'd
dedicate a lot.
We'd be like, oh my god, this is great content.
I would die a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That'd be one for the true crime channels.
Well, listen, let's be real. There are no true crime channels left anymore. But I would talk about it.
Casper would. He'd laugh.
Yeah, we would. We would.
I like Judy Ron. Do you know Judy Ron?
Yeah.
I know Judy Ron, yep.
He started when we all came into the YouTube. Actually, I went into a live of his once and it was just me. I was the only person in chat for about an hour. And he had a blackout.
Well, he's pretty popular now.
Yeah, he's gone massive, but he used to be...
You know who's over there? I saw the name mentioned the other day when he was shouting out people. Scout goes over there.
Yep, she floats around.
They're all massive. Listen, guys, all those channels back in 2019, they're all massive now.
Yeah.
You know, like
Not
they're
ours.
huge. Not ours, no. That's it. But they are, you know, and that's, you know, and then they forget that they know you back then.
Yeah, well, Jenny Ron used to be in my lives, like with 20 people in chat when I was walking along the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
No, Jenny Ron, he's kind of the OG, all that kind of crowd. When we all had teeny weeny little channels with 300 subs.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
See,
gone.
you guys are before me. You're about 6 months before me, so yeah.
How long have you got?
I came with the Chris Watts wave of.
I've had a YouTube channel. I've had YouTube since 2007.
My original YouTube account is 2012, but I was in the conspiracy theory community, calling out all the whack jobs, and so I didn't find you guys till 2019.
Yeah, mine's obviously my mum was 2013, but going live is only something that happened from 2018, Casper. So
yeah, I know. I used to just
we were all of us had YouTube for music videos and how-to videos and cat videos, but
cat videos.
But honestly, when I first found people going live on YouTube, I was like, holy fuck, this is so cool. I was so excited. And then, I stumbled across some batshit people like Molly right at the start. And I was like,
Gray Hughes. I was Gray Hughes, and he introduced me to Molly. Fucking, that's where it all began.
Nah, what got me hooked was fucking. I went on the YouTube and I saw Molly talking about the Watts case, and then I started watching other people talking about the Watts case, and then I started watching the body footage of the Watts case, and that's what got me in.
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, I think there's so many. I think because it coincided with the YouTube going live thing as well. Like it was the same year.
YouTube would be doing live with Hangouts way before that.
Yeah, I was doing Hangouts.
I think it became more mainstream than the Chris Watts thing. I never had any interest in Chris Watts. Like Gray Hughes, like it was done. He confessed. It was over. But it just continued and continued.
Oh, as soon as he pled guilty, it was over for me too. But I mean, I was on it when they were still missing. That's when I was involved.
Yeah.
When I got involved in it, and but once he pled guilty, I was the same, and I never doubted. I got kicked out of Facebook groups for maintaining.
You know what? Those the people that came from the Facebook groups are the basically the elements that are the main core of the TC community now. The Facebook groups is crazy, and I'll never.
I heard some crazy shit went on in those Facebook groups.
Well, I got kicked out of a Facebook group by Critical K because
Oh, really?
because I was like,
And you say Critical Gay gave me my first ever copyright strike in my YouTube history because she didn't like the comments. I emailed her and said, "Listen, Kay, because I don't know who directed her to my comments. She was getting ravaged. I said, listen, I've clipped you many times before. I will remove all content. Can you please just remove the copyright strike? We're all good. I will never clip you again." She told me to go, she told me to go fuck myself. She said, "You can go fuck yourself. You just clip that so the people in the comments could call me out." I was like, well, whatever. Okay, whatever.
Is she still around? I heard she lost the channel or something.
I've got no idea.
she did,
Okay.
yeah, she did. She her channel's gone, and she's also being sued for $10 million.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
By our and I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name properly.
Andrea
Trujillo.
or something.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and Trujillo's mother.
Yeah, Andriacchio.
Christian and Andriacchio. Yeah.
Is this some true crime case?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was ruled.
Yeah,
as
because she went too far and they got
Didn't
some
wa-
money together, and that's what changed everything
Ah,
around here. You know.
okay. I watched a little bit of it. It didn't really interest me, so it didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get into that one at all. It wasn't a case that really appealed to me. It's quite interesting seeing what cases, so many channels latch onto. And I don't know, it's a bit like, when someone tells you to go and see a movie because it's really cool, and then in like the next couple of weeks, about 50 people all tell you you've got to go and see it. It actually puts me off going to see it. And I find the same with YouTube. Like if there's 50 channels all doing the same case, it puts me off it.
Yeah.
Probably because of the, just seeing how many people are still milking Chris Watts, like now.
Really? Is it still going on?
Yeah, because the doco that came out on Netflix brought a whole new generation of people that hadn't actually heard of the case before. And so then all these new channels sprung up. But there's still OG Chris Watts channels still crapping on about it now.
Oh,
and
really?
they will be for them because it's it's making them money. Summer Wells is another one.
Yeah, that's the big one that everyone seemed to be latching onto.
Yeah, and how many kids are missing in the States, and you've got all these channels just going live over and over and over again about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of overkill for me. Like I never saw the movie La Bamba because so many people told me I had to see it that it put me off ever seeing it, and I still haven't.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I like. Oh, sorry.
Do you get like that? Do you get like that when so many people? You've got to see this movie that you end up. It makes you not want to see it. Do you like that, or do you go?
No, I tend to do my own thing, but depends what it is. It depends what it is. Like, I mean, I couldn't wait to watch that Chris Watts documentary, but some of it I'd already seen. A lot of it was old stuff, but
it was well put together though. Like all these YouTube channels that have been following that case forever have never put together a timeline like that doco. That doco was really well done in terms of the timeline, and it did also give a lot more information. Well, not a lot more, but it gave more than any channels had before as well.
What annoys me about these channels that do the so-called true crime is some of the outrageous things they come up with. Like, I mean, I tend just to watch YouTube a lot these days. So I watched a little bit of that Armchair Detective when he was around. Oh, I think he's still around, but I watched a little bit of that, and I got to draw the line, Tori, when they just start coming up with stuff. Oh, that shadow there was this, and look, and then he'll play it like in slow-mo freaking 5,000 times, and it's all bullshit.
Did you know I went on his panel this year? He never has people up. I didn't have any makeup on. I just got out of bed. I was braless, and I still had my pajamas on.
Oh, I got to see this.
Because I've got a jumper on. I wasn't braless and topless. I did actually have a jumper on, but he was live saying that this woman in a courtroom was a friend of mine I met through the YouTube actually even back in Facebook days.
Yeah.
We all ended up modding for a Chris Watts channel for a while, or a channel that was true crime, but only did Chris Watts.
Yeah.
But they were ripping her to shreds and fully doxing her and looking at Facebook pictures and stuff. So I actually went up there to prove that it wasn't her. But yeah, he rarely lets people up on panel, and I even cammed up, and I looked like shit. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't even had a coffee yet. So yeah, I got up on his panel, and he actually apologised for getting it wrong, which apparently is very rare for him to say sorry.
Those Chris Watts Facebook days, even though I was not involved in them, I can see how crazy they were. They were fucking insane.
Yeah, I've seen some old stuff from those groups, from people that I'm not fond of, and all the bullshit that went on, and the alts and everything that they created, and they're running all their own narratives.
And the majority of the people that are in my community all stem from those Facebook
groups, really,
and still are just as crazy as what they were. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, it was and I sort of then got obsessed with sort of watching all the batshittery, and I couldn't actually believe it. And I was going live, going, "What's going on with all these Americans?" Because in Australia, we just wouldn't do all this screaming banshee stuff, but all these conspiracy theories and channels. And then I found there were Australian creators that are doing it still too, and I'm like, holy shit.
But what I would have found fascinating is see the transfer from the Facebook groups to YouTube, how the crossover happened, and that was basically through Critical K and Jay. From what I understand, they sort of brought it over to YouTube. Is that right?
Well, kind of, because I was actually getting sick of the Facebook groups because I wanted more sort of interesting discussion. And I think when I got booted by Critical K from that, because I was stifling conversation, because I was going, you fucking did it, It's like,
oh, sorry, that's funny. You got booted by Critical K.
He did it, and then they went to then I went to YouTube from Facebook, and I found Gray, but I also found Molly the same day, and I put Molly on, and it was a really hot summery day, and my whole house was wide open, and I had my Bluetooth speaker on, and she was an absolute train wreck. And one of my neighbours was like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" Like, she was walking past my house to go to the beach, and there's Molly, and you can just imagine it, like the sound, the volume of this woman screaming. So Jude, when she came back from the beach, she came to my place, and she's like, "What the hell are you listening to?" I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't realise it was that loud." But then J and K, while they were still speaking, they then went to they did their podcast. They did Murder Rap Sesh. And I was listening to that because I knew there was going to be, I could sense it, like just listening to them. I'm like,
you could feel what was going to happen.
Yep, it's going to have a massive blowout, and it did. Yep. And then they both started YouTube channels, and I ended up being a mod for Jay. And so that by then they'd all come over to YouTube, but we were all on. I was watching YouTube, but they were on a platform called. It wasn't Periscope. I always forget it, but anyway, if it comes to me. But yeah, that was like a podcasting platform. So they were there, and that's when I encountered Oni, was when they were doing the podcast.
Right. Platform Periscope was their Twitter live.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Periscope. It was like a weird podcasting platform. Right. But I couldn't stop listening because I could tell they were going to have a massive falling out. And then, and then they both came to YouTube, and I ended up becoming a mod on Jay's. And that was, like, I had an absolute baptism of fire on YouTube right at the start. It's amazing I didn't bail when it happened.
Were you part of the Wrench crew?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I think
Yep,
I
so-
remember Tori telling me it wasn't
Oh
a
yeah,
nice ending. I think she got.
I mean, it's all
dogged.
history, but I sort of know all about it. But
Okay.
history is history, you know.
Tori, I remember you telling me you had a hard time, like you were doxxed or something and harassed and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I mean our
Yeah.
private messenger chats were put on YouTube with all of our like full names, photos of kids, all that
Wow.
kind of
But
stuff.
you guys all were on your Facebook names, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's the crazy part, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
the messenger.
And
Yeah.
half of the ladies that came to YouTube started with their Facebook names, and
Big mistake.
it's a big mistake, you know.
Well, yeah, I
To
mean,
this
doxing,
day, you know, people know their identity because they started with their Facebook fucking names.
they did. And look, I mean, my channel was my name because I was putting my stand-up comedy on it, and I used my real name on stage. So at the time, I didn't really think much of that. But then when we're all doxed like that, and suddenly everyone's talking about this doxing thing, and then it became the big "you never dox people," and we'd all been doxed. But yeah, it's pretty shitty to wake up in the morning to like another video and there's your name up on the screen. Like,
yeah, fuck that. Yeah,
pretty full on.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But we got through it. I mean, it's a long time ago now, but yeah, it's pretty, like, so the stuff that I say now, it's kind of like, well, that all happened to me in my first 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. It's history, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, I've grown up in the public eye, so I'm pretty easy to find anyway. But if someone made the effort to come all the way to Tassie to kill me, bring it on.
Hang on, what about my introduction to YouTube? I was with making lemonade.
Yeah, no, well, that was your problem, Casper, not mine. My God, that was the first place I ever met you was over there.
Oh God, that was interesting.
Because she went through all sorts of trials and tribulations, but I actually went in there one day and there was a really weird group of like OG YouTubers. She was doing some like bedtime meditation, and she was actually really good at it. I fell asleep. It worked.
Yeah, listen, the thing with Lemonade is she would go live so late that the Australians would be in there because
Correct. That's how
it
what
was
got me in.
that's how I found her as well, because there was no one else to watch at that time of night, but Lemonade would be.
That's how I first encountered Mummy Rambling's blog too, because she was always way later than other channels. But
yeah, because she's on the West Coast, so it's a lot later.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But I sort of always missed the Mommy Ramblings kind of drama stuff, because for some reason whenever I went in there, it'd be, middle-aged women rocking dolls to sleep or doing decoupage. And I was like, I don't know what everyone's talking about.
The decoupage. Yeah.
Oh, the one that got me was the tiny cooking. She's got like these little, and it's a really old video. It's still on her channel, but she's got like these little miniature cast iron stoves that you put a tea on. She fucking
tiny.
cooks them.
Listen, guys, tiny cooking is weird. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I don't understand it.
I'm subscribed to a tiny.
Me too. I went down the tiny cooking rabbit hole too, and then the Japanese people love it, and I mean, listen, it's all good, but oh my goodness me,
horses for course. Yeah, some of the stuff they do, you go, holy shit, and then I'm watching it going, I can't believe I'm still watching it, and I'm also admiring it because I'd never do it.
Yeah, hey, it's better content that goes around my community half the time,
On Casper, she boils water on this little cast iron stove, and I swear to God, it was the most boring live ever. It really was. Like when people say, this is as boring as watching a kettle boil.
Yeah.
That's what it literally was. She had this tiny little cast iron saucepan with water in it, and it took like an hour for it to boil.
Are you talking about Mummy Ramblings?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Hey, you just reminded me of something else. Who did that live once where they were boiling crabs in a pot, and the crabs got
Truthfully,
out.
that was truthfully
truthfully,
with the
Tristan did that.
crayfish.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was
funny. I reckon that's the only video of her I've seen that's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt bad for the crabs though. I mean, I did. Because they were not enjoying their imminent death.
That's true.
No. Always put him in the freezer.
Yeah.
But when I came along to making lemonade, there's a lot of things I didn't realize, and one of the things I didn't realize for a long time was that a lot of the previous Aussies had already been there and done that sort of thing, and they knew exactly what was going to happen to me. Bee Sting would be one of those people in the chat, and I remember they said to me, like, once I was in there, and I think I was a mod at that stage for her, and some of the Aussies came to me and said, listen, we're going to warn you, Casper, we've already been there, and this happened and that happened, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, yeah, well, I learned my lesson there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was independent. I was just Lemonade was on at that time of night, so
yeah.
I got hooked into her content, her lives with Soul and look, the whole thing,
Yep.
And then I didn't understand what was going on with you, and then you had Darling Nikki. It was that
I come along and she was fighting with Darling Nikki and Saint Robbie, and I started watching them and thought, oh, these people are okay. So, and then she'd make up with them, or made up with Robbie or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
for the record, I hate Saint Robbie anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
No, hate is a very strong word. I'm not that
hate
bad
is
these
strong
days. But
word.
back in the day, he was a real asshole. But
well, I don't think. Too much has changed.
it was crazy. It was entertainment for me. I would watch it.
Well, it was. Yes, it was.
It'd be 10 o'clock at night here, 11 o'clock, and
Wendy,
Lemonade would be live.
I'd never seen so many alts in a fucking live, like a making lemonade live.
Yeah,
there was every alt in there. People were making up stuff and having they were really funny.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the hell to do. It was the first time I ever been a mod. I didn't know what to do.
I still remember when you came into Darling Nikki's and said,
oh yeah,
I'm thrown out. I don't want to be a mod anymore. I'm going. I'm done. I'm going. I'm out.
Oh
yes.
What
the fuck is going on?
There's lots of stuff behind.
Yeah, because you guys did all that stuff behind the scenes. No one knew what was going on.
Yeah,
and it was weird. It was weird. But
Nikki
it is what it is.
Nikki pretend like
Nikki knew what it was,
but she knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But that's
they're the people I don't associate with anymore, Wendy.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. But that's how I met the RDA guys. That's how I got getting a gym medal. It was all through Lemonade being live at 10 o'clock at night for me.
Yeah.
And that's why so many Aussies were in there.
Yep.
Because it was convenient. Right. It was a convenient fucking live stream.
Yeah.
So I don't remember going into her lives, but I remember all those weird parodies she used to do. And she'd be like, they're just parodies. And I was like, you sure?
Yeah, see, I don't remember any then. That was before my time. That was before. Right.
Yeah, she used to do like parodies of Mary Marlowe, and there was one that she did that was actually really funny, but most of them was just like, what the fuck is this? I missed the kind of live thing. I mean, I obviously saw her doing the dancing in the kitchen stuff.
With the chair.
But you know what? That was German lady. That was sort of back in the day, and I don't know. I don't begrudge her for that. And German lady did her dancing, and then the whole because as Casper would know, Dana, she disappeared. Remember, she was gone for like 12 hours.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Dana called a fucking check on her,
Correct.
and that fucked her up. That
Well,
fucked her
where
up
it fucked
with
her up, I
her.
believe. Yeah, where it fucked it up, I believe, was that Dana did call somebody. Somehow the number that was called was her.
Went to her ex-husband's fucking
Correct.
address,
Correct.
and
Yes.
it fucked her up, you know.
Yep.
And
Yep. It did.
it was one of those situations on YouTube where real life things went on, but it
Yep.
fucked Lyman ain't up. And
Yep.
I don't have a problem with Lyman. I've never. I mean, she's been on my panel back
Yeah,
in the day,
I spoke
like,
to her heaps of times.
you
So.
know. But I don't think Dana realised what was going to happen. It was a fucked up situation, you know.
I think Dana like really was worried about her.
She was very concerned because we were all sitting there in that chat. I was in that chat,
Oh,
and
okay.
she'd been gone for hours, and and everyone in the chat was like, "Someone needs to make sure she's okay."
So was she like before she went off camera or whatever? Wendy, was she what pretty fucked up sort of thing, and then just basically disappeared sort of thing?
She was pretty fucked up.
Okay.
She obviously she'd been drinking and doing whatever.
Yeah.
And so and the chat built itself up to somebody needs to make a call.
Oh jeez.
And Dana did, and I mean she was okay, but that affected her real life, and it was a fucked up thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think Lyman is a bad person. She's, you know, it's Lyman. But yeah,
I didn't realize
that
though
was
how
a
much.
fucked up thing.
But I didn't realize though how much fuckery went on.
Yeah.
That's the thing you have to learn for yourself.
Yeah.
But unless you're connected with those people personally, which I never was, you don't really know the shit that goes on, you know.
Yeah.
No, I think it's best just to assume there's shit going on behind the scenes on most.
Yeah.
things,
You don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with the shit going on behind the scenes.
But it's unbelievable. You think how much time these channels spend live, and then they're also, when they're not live, they're all on the phone to each other, and in private chats or whatever they're doing, like they're plotting and everything when they're not live. Like, when do these fuckers clean their houses or sleep or feed their children?
I've often said that. Like, I've often said that. Like, how the fuck do you do this shit, man? Like,
What worries me,
seriously.
girls, what worries me about some people experience that I've had on YouTube is the people that instigate shit. Like the people that they don't like someone, so they'll make up shit so that they get their friends to go after these people. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to people that I know. That's what I don't like about. It's all right if you know, like someone like Natasha Cooper, who you can see what you take an opinion on what you think she's doing. You see, you got looking at the evidence and stuff like that. But I've had people that I know that people have gone after them. They've sent police to their door. You know, that's the shit I don't like. That's the shit that I just don't want any part of. Groups. I left all the groups that I was in before. I don't want any part of any group that does shit like that.
You know, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, sending like you should see some of the emails that I got. You know, from some of these people.
Thank God nobody sends me any emails.
Threatening.
Like, no one sends me anything.
Telling me to leave YouTube. The lawyers are coming after me. Like me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got them. I saved everything.
And did you take it seriously or with a grain of salt?
Grain of salt.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
I have a buffer.
Thought, though, like some of the stuff that you see that goes on in the States, I've always thought, like with my local cops, if they got a call saying, "Oh, there's this chick on YouTube called Traces of Nuts," and she's they'd be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, you would.
Can you repeat that, please? Traces of Nuts.
Number one, I'd have to wait like 4 hours to make a report. and then they would laugh at me and
Exactly.
send me
They're jealous.
away. Like,
Yeah, they're jealous to fuck off.
yes, exactly. You would just
Yep.
be a nothing burger.
They'd laugh at you. They'd be like, you sound like you've had a few too many beers. But have a nice one
Yeah.
down and
So you're on YouTube? Like,
Yeah.
seriously?
But I
Well,
took,
They
I
would
took,
just fucking laugh at you.
I did take some precautions though. When I first started at this place where I work, which was almost 10 years ago, I told them that at some point in time, I told them, I said, "Hey, I'm on YouTube and there's a lot of bad shit going on there. People like to dox each other or what's that?" And I told them and this and that. I said, people are threatening to ring people's employments and stuff. So I'm just telling you now, if anybody calls, and you know, they all laughed at me like, yeah, we'll tell them to go get stuffed, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that, but listen, when you click into a live stream and you hear someone that you know has that little tidbit of information saying that they are going to call that fucking the workplace of your partner, it does freak you out. It's like, and that's why you don't tell anybody fucking anything.
I got accused by the person you just said a while ago that you hated. I got accused of calling his workplace. Can you believe that? He was blaming a lot of people, but he threw me in the mix as well.
Yeah, I don't even bother.
Yeah.
I don't even bother. I made the mistake of nearly 2 years ago because he was in the same industry as my husband. I made the mistake of saying what company he worked for.
Oh shit!
So, 6 weeks ago, I had to go through a week of him threatening to call my husband's work and
You're
do all
kidding
this
me.
shit. No, not at all. No.
Unbelievable.
And and this is the first time I've spoken about it because I didn't fucking say a thing. Because he's just being a fucking dick, though.
Yeah.
Just being like, it's intimidation. Like, why,
He doesn't intimidate me one bit.
No, me either.
Yeah.
But I must say, because I made that one mistake of the one personal thing I've ever told anyone over a year ago, comes back to bite me in the ass a year later.
Yep.
Like, it really fucking jades you to fucking... It's just fucking... I was actually worried. Like, do I have to go to my other half and say, listen, dude, some weirdo might ring your work? Like, I shouldn't have to do that.
No.
Because of no other reason that he got angry with me and I didn't, like, it was no major falling out. He got angry with me. I blocked him, whatever. And then it came to, well, I'm ringing your husband's work. Like, that is like, the one time on YouTube, I'm like, fuck, maybe he will. Because I made the mistake fucking nearly 2 years ago because they were in the same fucking industry going, oh, yeah, he works for this company. And then a fucking 18 months later, he's like, oh, yep, I know where he works. I'm going to give him a call. And it does. It's like, what? Because I believe he would do that because he's such a fucking idiot. And thank God he didn't. But it's like, fuck. You know? What a fucking idiot. I do not have to say to my other half, oh, look, by the way, if some idiot rings your work, going, oh, I'm looking for Wendy V's fucking partner. It's like, but still, it's such an intimidation fucking thing to say that. But nobody in my community recognises that because oh, well, we don't watch him, so we don't know about it. So, yeah, don't fucking talk to me about what goes on over here when you don't see what happens to me, okay? You know, motherfuckers.
I always wonder though, like, because we were all when we went through our shit fest on YouTube, I did tell my employer, and the CEO of the company was in Australia at the time, and I worked for an American company, and I thought I'll tell him too, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh well, you know, we're Americans, we'll sort him out." I was like, "You don't have to actually do anything. I'm just letting you know." Because I've always wondered, what do you reckon they actually tell employers when they call them? Like, what?
I've got no idea.
What on earth do they say? And
I
what
don't
could
know.
they possibly say that an employer would
I don't
sack
know.
someone over it? You know?
I don't know. It's just
like I think when he said intimidation tactics.
it is intimidation because that is the only person I've ever told anything personal, and then
well, I was in group. I was in groups with these people.
he's got a shit on, so I'm gonna ring her husband's work on my
But that's
live
the thing,
stream.
like, I get the intimidation side of it because it does make you feel sick. Like I had the same experience.
Well, it does.
Oh, well, I'll better give my boss the heads up. So I did. And yeah, I told the CEO too. But my boss was the one who said, well, what is this person going to say to us if they do call? And I was like, I've got no idea.
Well, it wasn't just that. It's because, yes, stupidly, 2 years ago, I shared information. So he's like, I know where I'm gonna pay $1,000 for her. He offered us, if anyone has her information, I'll $1,000 for you. And I told him where the changeover, because they're in the same industry. So he's like, I've paid someone to go, and they're gonna meet my husband. And as much as I knew it was bullshit, right? It is still very unnerving to hear someone on a live stream say that shit for no reason, right? For no reason other than I called him out on. We were on a paddle together, and I just said, "Look, bro, what you're saying isn't really that true." He got so butthurt. He fucking hates me now and wants my ass. You know, talking about fucking that 1 week ago, he is fucking saying he was driving. He said he was driving to get around the checkpoints because he's not vaccinated to come and go to my fucking local shops. Like, he's crazy. He will not let it go. It's insane. But that's listen to anyone out here, when you are new, do not tell anyone the slightest detail of any of your life, because 2 years later it will come back to bite you in the ass with psychopaths like
But
that.
sometimes when you think you're actually making friends, you're in WhatsApp groups or whatever, and you have these conversations. What was Tori was talking about before? You have these behind the scenes conversations, and you think you have a real friendship, and then years later, anything that you said or sent them or showed them gets used against you.
It's crazy. I went out of my way, Casper, to be his friend. I lost friendships because of him. I went out of my way to try and help him. And the slightest thing just turned into, I'm driving to Wendy V's fucking grocery store. He said, I drove 6 hours to buy wine at Wendy V's grocery store. We're talking like 2 weeks ago. Like, I have not mentioned him for like a year.
Well, I'm not
He
really
cannot
sure
fucking let it go. He is crazy.
I'm not sure who you're talking about now. But now that you're saying like,
well,
driving.
That's okay. That's fine.
Well, you'll have to tell me later in Discord or something. But I don't know if we're talking about the same person. Let's put it that way. I'll tell you who I'm talking
It's
about.
out of control.
Hang on. I'm just going
It's
to
a
tell
week. It was 3 days before Christmas. He was driving in the outback, and he's like,
Oh,
I'm circumventing the checkpoints because I don't have vaccination to get into South Australia to
okay.
track down Wendy. All right,
Okay.
and
I
I have
know.
not spoken about him for nearly a year. The guy is fucking crazy.
Okay. I just sent you a message who I was talking about, but I know who you're talking about now. Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, not that person.
Yeah. Sorry. I've got a few cross
Yeah,
wires. Yeah.
no, just ridiculous stuff. You
But
know.
yeah, no, it is ridiculous when they do
But
stuff like
the
that.
thing is, it's the only person I've ever given any little bit of information to,
Yeah, that's
like
fair
2
enough.
years ago,
I
and
don't
2
even know
years
what
later,
I don't
he
even know what
still
one you I don't
remembers
even know
that.
what I don't even know what you look like. I've never even seen a photo of you. Have you ever put a photo out of
No,
you?
he has no information about me or anything, but I made the
Okay.
mistake of telling
Just
him
mentioning that. Yeah.
a small thing about my other half because
Yep. Yep.
he's in the same industry as him and
Yeah.
going, oh, yeah, he works for this company.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 years later, he's on the live stream going, well, we're going to ring that company on the live stream and is fucking after me.
Mm,
He's crazy. And
yeah.
my advice to anybody is,
Actually,
even though you think you are friends, and I really did think we were friends, do not tell anybody anything. And it's sad to say that because, but yeah, he's a psycho.
Yeah, well, I learnt the hard way at the start of YouTube, so
Yeah,
um,
yeah. When you're a newbie, you don't understand. You just
yeah, exactly.
say
It's
whatever. You find these people, and you're like, we're friends,
well,
and
you take people as
you
you
know,
see them, and they're not
that's it.
always.
And then
Uh,
you have the slightest falling out, and like
oh,
a year and a half later, you're
absolutely.
getting told that, oh, I'm gonna ring this company on live stream,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to fucking say to my other half, oh, look, listen, babe.
No.
If someone rings your work, I don't want to have to do that, And thank God he never did.
That's
But I
good.
know he could if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's intimidation, and it's not right, and it's bullshit.
Yep. Yep. Especially because you do, like you said, you're probably just calling out something of some topic or whatever, and
No, we were on a panel.
Oh, you're on a panel,
All we
yeah.
talked about was his when he was in hospital.
Yeah.
I was in the stream. Someone rang the hospital, a troll rang the hospital and said he was drinking alcohol. He recounted the experience, and I said, all I said was, listen, it wasn't really a welfare check. The security guards popped their head in the room, checked to make sure you weren't drinking beer. They went on their way. You were happy as fuck. You thought it was funny. A year later, he was saying, "Oh, I got he was over exaggerating it. We were friends. I just called him out and said, "Stop saying that." That's all I said, and he just turned on me like a motherfucker, and that's all it is.
I'm gonna put the channel
know.
link in your chat so you can tell me later if this is the person. Okay. Anyway, how are you, Tori? I'm doing nice and late.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to talk about dramatic shit, but
Yeah.
it's
No,
really
it's
hard
good.
when you're good friends with someone and then
Well, trust
they
me,
just
I know.
turn on you like a motherfucker.
I
Like,
absolutely know.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't want any bad will for you or whatever. But you turned me into the biggest cunt that's ever fucking happened. I was
Yeah.
just in Sammy's stream, and he come in calling me a slut and a cunt. It's like,
Jesus.
okay, whatever.
Okay.
It's just whatever. I
not,
tried my hardest to be friends with him.
it's not
Yeah.
how friendships fall apart in the real world. That's why the whole YouTube world has me. I can't sort of leave it
It's
because I'm
bizarro
just
world.
fascinated. The psychology of it is just so
Yep.
back to front to everything
Oh,
in real life.
the psychology of it is yes,
It's
absolutely.
insane.
Yep.
But yeah, trust no one for sure. Like it, Casper and I are in a similar situation where we had friends that completely threw us under the bus, and
Yep.
so I mean, I learned very early on that I have made a couple of amazing friends on YouTube, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
real
insane.
life
That,
off
Oh,
YouTube.
me too. Absolutely.
But have you noticed as
Rare.
channel creators, guys? Have you noticed though that how your audience kind of changes over time and evolves and moves? Like sometimes you lose some, and like if
Oh,
you
for
look,
sure.
I run my old lives on through another browser and stuff sometimes for hours to get hours up, and I look at my old chat. Right, some of the people that used to be regulars have like completely either blocked me or just deleted their accounts because they're just gone from the chat. They're referred to, but they're gone out of chat. And a lot of the people that are in the chats 12 months ago, they're not even there anymore. Like I don't even know where half of
Oh,
them
that
are.
just happens though.
Like you notice how it just evolves, like it's changing all the time. And I've noticed it with other creators too. It's just
I've actually got. I mean, my my channel's small, but we've
you're
had a
fairly
really.
consistent, Tori. Though you've got a lot of consistent people. A lot of like
I've
your
got.
mods are always there, and
Yeah, you have your groovers. You have your
yeah,
groovers. You have a
And I've
solid
got
group.
OGs. There are people like Blue
Yeah.
who is incredible. Like she's been with me since the start. And so yeah, there's sort of the little community keeps going. I mean, there were people that back in the day would pop in and don't, but as soon as if I do a live and there's a heading that has anything about a YouTube creator, I get so many people rocking up from all over the place.
Drama.
Yeah, worked it out a long time ago. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so that's how you get the numbers. But I'm quite happy to keep doing my little corner of YouTube. Everyone needs a little, time out room or a little, chill out room.
I like your beach therapy. The beach therapy ones are quite nice.
Yeah, I like the strolls on the beach. Like the last time I was on the beach, I had a tantrum. And I don't really have tantrums, but I was pissed off about something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, no, it's quite interesting. I've got a lot of OG peeps. I mean, there's certainly people that have come and gone, and there's a lot of people that I know listen, but they don't chat because there's all that whole thing now about being seen chatting in someone's chat, and it means
Yes.
Yeah, don't even.
I mean, that's why there's so many alt accounts now because people just are too scared to chat under their actual name. But for me, going into 2022, I'm just going to go as me wherever I want, and
that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
That's what I do. I understand people have. I understand some people have beefs and stuff like that, and that's their beef, whatever. But I just, person's done nothing to me. I just don't involve myself. I might go into a chat like just before Christmas. I went into different chats and just said, Merry Christmas. Basically, that's it. I'm not a huge chatter anymore. But I do.
The thing is, I'm a bit like you, Casper, because I don't have the time to research all of the feuds and who does like who at the moment and who doesn't, and so I've always with my channel I've just gone. Everyone's welcome in here. Yeah. Like I don't care who comes in here. Like I know some people that have come into my chat have done some dodgy things out on the YouTube, but it's possible that whoever they did it to has as well. So I'm not getting into all of that. I'm like, as long as when you come into my chat, you're not abusing the fuck out of the people in chat, my mods, anyone that's up on my panel or me or other creators. Like I've always said, don't come in and start bitching about creators because my channel's so diverse. I've got people from so many different communities that if someone comes into chat and they're slagging off, say they came in and they were slagging off you, Casper, but there's other people. No, they don't. But then there's other people in my chat who subscribe to you and love you. Like I don't want that, so I can't have people bitching. And just because people have done shitty things out there on YouTube, I don't have time to research all the different histories. So, yeah, as long as they don't. And I mean, the only reason I block people in my chat is hate speech. That's it.
But sometimes, Tori, people just won't move on either. They hold grudges for years.
Totally.
You know,
That's what I
like,
mean.
Yes, they will. But you know what? I'm grateful on my channel.
Mm.
I think people understand that I just won't put up with that shit. I don't have that sort of thing, you know. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
think, Wendy, I think your Discord is very diverse. You have a lot of different people from a
Yes,
lot of different
yeah,
places, right?
and I treat my Discord stands for my channel as like
Yep.
that. I just do not have a side. I'm Wendy V. That's just the way it is, you
See,
know.
Wendy, Tori, Wendy has her Discord, right? And there's a lot of people in there. I don't know hardly any of them. I'm in there because I'm a mate of Wendy's. I know a few of them. I know some of the RDA boys, and I know Steph and Mandy Bell and all that sort of stuff. But 3/4 of them, I don't even know who they are.
But we're cool in there. We don't have drama in there. We just
Yes.
do
I
our
see
thing, you know.
I see funny memes and stuff. It's always funny.
Yeah, that's it, you know, because
Yeah.
we're over that shit. We don't need to do that shit anymore.
But a lot of people, like, I've heard like lives probably 2 or 3 times where haters have said, you know, that
Yeah,
dirty Wendy V's
I know.
Discord. Yeah.
I
And I'm
know.
thinking, like,
I know they do. And
I'm not
I
into any
make
of
a
that.
point of not saying anything about it, Casper, because for those of
I
us
don't
in
think it's
there,
that bad.
we know that that's not true, and
Yeah.
that just points out their stupidity. Like, you know, it's
How do you
no.
keep, Wendy? How do you keep track, like that little incident that you had a while ago, and then you wrote to me or whatever? How do you keep a control of that? Because I closed off mine. I just have a small group of people in there that I know and trust, and I don't have anyone else in there. How do you like? Are you worried that because anybody can create a Discord name, right, and join your server?
Right.
And
Yeah.
steal stuff or screenshot stuff, whatever, which is, you know,
Listen,
has
I've
happened
already
many.
been through that. I
How
had
do you control it?
a whole low live stream made by the ponies about my Discord, right?
Oh, did you?
You cannot worry about that, and the main thing I don't worry about it is because we don't do dodgy shit in there.
So there's nothing to worry about anyway.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can screenshot whatever you want out of there. We don't dox people. There's no fucking dodgy shit going on in there.
Yeah, I've never
Do
seen a
whatever you
doxing.
want. You know, of course not. Of course not. Fuck.
Okay.
I'll never allow that. Ever. You know? Ever.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Yep. It looked like you got some good
Use
mods
the
in there
most
too.
appropriately named platform, though, because so many other Discords have been.
Yeah, Discord.
Oh yeah, there's some.
But it is
Discords
what
out
it
there.
is, you know.
Are you girls worried about the amount of doxing that's threatened or goes on in YouTube?
I think the doxing that goes on now is nothing compared to like a year ago, 2 years ago. I think it's pretty low key now these days.
You reckon? I've seen some lately that were pretty explicit.
Are you talking RDA wise?
That's one of them. I've seen
Yes,
in the
that
past.
was very bad.
In the
was
past,
very
I've
bad.
seen FOD. I've seen FOD
Fuck
by
FOD.
that Fisher.
I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck about FOD.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as far as doxing is concerned, I've seen some pretty bad ones.
But are they even? I don't think they're even. Are they still around? I thought they'd gone.
No, I don't think she's around anymore. I don't think.
No,
I don't think so. I don't know.
So you're not talking like recent.
No. The FOD one was done by some Dave the Fisherman or something.
Yeah, no, listen, this is all a long time ago, and
yeah, no, but I mean, I'm just talking about the worst ones I've seen.
Nah, don't. Oh, fuck FOD.
But it's just the fighting. They hate Wendy. They hate each other so much that they're prepared to go to those lengths.
No, but I haven't seen much doxing going on For months and months, I had, you know.
That Rev fella copped a fair bit of doxing, but I think he might have done some as well.
Rev. Fucking Rev. Shotgun Rev.
Yeah, Shotgun Rev, that's him. Yeah.
Fuck him. It is what it is, you know.
And I
But
think-
for
I think-
me,
I
it's
think
not as bad now as what it was
Really?
a while back. When
See, I thought it was pretty bad, but maybe I haven't been around long enough to compare. I've only been around a couple of years, I think, around this sort of community.
Well, it's all bad, really. Like, just I think there was a time, Casper, where people were getting swatted and CPS called, and you know that sort of stuff's next level, batshit crazy, dangerous stuff.
Do you guys think that we sort of are a little bit privileged being on the other side of the world, not having to worry about that sort of shit?
Well, I think I love that our privacy laws are so strict.
Yes, me too. Absolutely.
That we can't all be behind the scenes now going, right, I'm going to find Casper's mugshot.
Yeah, I can pay $20 and just get every bit of information about these people. You know?
Hello, Emily Flotilla in chat. I think we are fortunate being on the other side of the world, but yeah, privacy laws are a huge thing here too. So, but also, like we were saying earlier, I honestly think a lot of the stuff that happens in the States, if people rang the cops here and tried to do the same thing, the cops would just be like, "Fuck off, you get,
yeah,
you know,
whatever. We're busy.
So
we're
wait
busy,
a minute, dude. So what's the channel name? Boopapalooza. And what did they say to
crazy.
you? Like, it's
who is it? Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Not many of my friends know about YouTube because it's not worth trying to explain it because they seriously look at me like I'm insane, and I often question.
You know, when Molly Go Lightly was at the laundry's house, right? So what was that about? 2 months ago, my daughter, right? Who no, right? I haven't seen her for a while. She's lives by herself, whatever. She texts me with a link to Molly Go Lightly. She goes, "Don't you know this lady from YouTube?" Before she left home, like she knew my YouTube, and I'm like, "Do not tell anybody."
Now, Wendy, when she was out the front, were you were you entertained or disgusted?
Oh my god!
Come on,
and she's like, "Oh my god, my mum knows Molly Go Lightly." It's like, stop
Did you laugh? Did you laugh?
She's just become so. She's become so horrible at this point. I don't even know. I
was horrified. I might honestly, my chin was on my chest. I could have swallowed a beer can whole. Like, because the thing that did crack me up about it is because it made the Australian media with her name and photos and everything. Like, we Aussies love taking the piss out of each other and ourselves.
Yes.
And the media were actually like horrified. They were showing it the way it was reported was, and some insane woman outside the laundry house, you know, like, and it was really weird to see the Australian media.
My daughter sent me the link from mail from the UK website. What's it called?
Daily Mail.
Daily Mail, and said, "Mum, don't you know this lady from YouTube?" Because she remembers when I had Molly on my panel, and I told her that I didn't like her, and she fucking lost her shit. And I'm like, shush, don't tell anybody. That was my reply. Oh my gosh.
Are you just upset because you didn't get on the board?
No, Blue Topaz was yelling at her, "Molly, stop yelling," because I said, "Look, Molly, I don't like you very much." That's my first thing I said to her, and she just lost her shit. That line's still up. Oh, my lines are still up. But yeah, And my daughter's just like, is that lady you know from YouTube? Yeah, don't tell anyone. Thank you. Bye.
That's funny. That is funny.
But it's bloody awful because you imagine, like, I mean, no one would ever do that here, but imagine, if it was her family that was going through what they were going through at the time and people were doing it to her, you'd never hear the end of it. But then, there she is. And the footage of her at Summer Worlds' parents' property, oh my God.
Mm.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She's going a little bit too far.
She's become so much worse than what she ever was.
Yeah.
What was that funny comment here called? Oh yeah, her new occupation is heels on the ground.
Yeah, and she's gonna make. No. Well, my last live stream of Eritrea was called "Heels on the Motherfucking Ground." We're calling that shit out, like there's bullshit.
I noticed how quickly she went onto the.
Go, Casper. Sorry.
Oh no! I noticed how quickly she jumped from the what's case to the Summer Wells. It's like I remember when I interviewed her and I just only touched on it and I said something about Brian or whatever. She said, "Oh, he's alive. He's doing this. He's doing it." I went, "No, he's dead. Like he's dead, Riley." and then it came out that he was dead, and like she doesn't even address it. It's like, "Oh, I was wrong."
Yeah,
I was wrong.
We all know that Molly's.
Let's just all move on. I was wrong. Like she says nothing.
Oh, what did
Molly's
she finally start saying that he's still alive? Because I love taking the piss and saying, yeah, he's living the dream as a partial skull.
No, she packed that straight up. She stopped that. She did do it for a while. Listen, we all know what Molly's motivations are. Come on, we've all known how long.
Money. It's just money.
It is what it is.
Channel building.
No, it's not even channel building at this point. It's she's launching the Hills on the Ground. She's taking a lot of donations. She's making a lot of money. She's getting 20,000, 30,000 views per video.
Wow.
I don't know. What do we do? Sit here and go, well, we know Molly. It's like, it's how crazy it is, She doesn't give a fuck about any of this.
No, she's a character,
Yeah, that's right. It's her character as
She's
YouTube
playing
persona,
a role, and
it's her YouTube persona.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I heard Robbie say once that he was a brand. He's a brand. So all motivated by, all voted by.
But the reality is there's no channels even in all our sort of mismatched cross communities that have 1 million subs. So all of the channels we watch and know about are all small fry in the YouTube world. There's no fucking brands.
Absolutely.
PewDiePie's a brand. PewDiePie's a brand.
I think they think they're important, Tori. I don't think they are, though.
Molly does, for sure. But
the funniest shit I've ever seen?
I love Miss Fucking Wonderful. She hit 50 grand and subs and lost her channel the next day. So
really,
buckle up, people. So.
Hey, you know what I thought was really funny when I first started seeing Molly and she was talking about what's case, whatever. I was talking to, I don't know, Hello Stella or something, and she sent me some clip. She sent me some clip of Molly when Molly went to some strip joint and then got busted for
stealing from a stripper.
Oh the $9 for sure.
Oh my god! And then they took her into the cells or whatever, and she was carrying on about getting fucked in the ass or something else.
Yeah,
but that's look. Molly has no shame. That's the thing. Like that's the thing. That's why she's so similar to like Natasha Cooper. Right. She has no shame about what she says. It's just the drama whores love her, love them, love Natasha, love her. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna
go live from a recliner next time with a headband.
All right. I'm gonna go. It's nearly midnight. I've got to go, guys.
midnight
Yeah.
here. I'm turning.
I can't believe that. you
11:15,
guys-
girls. 11:15 here.
I'm definitely the oldest person on the panel too. So
I don't think so. Tori,
No,
how
me.
old are you?
I
Ooh.
turn 55 in 2 weeks.
Okay, you got me.
Okay, you got me too.
But I think I don't know if I might be older than Wendy though.
I'm staying on YouTube
I'm
till
50. I'm 50.
I got you.
What are you?
Okay.
52, Casper?
Yeah, 52, correct.
I'm going to stay on YouTube.
Oh, so am I actually the youngest?
You're the baby,
You're the
Wendy.
Oh my
baby of
god.
the panel.
All right, guys, listen.
All right,
Casper,
guys. Thank you.
it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yep,
Tori,
thanks, Casper.
it's
Nice
been a
chatting
real
with you.
pleasure.
Tori?
If you guys are
Yeah.
free, listen, shut up, Casper. If you guys are free, New Year's Eve, I'm going to do a stream. It's been a great time talking to you both. I'm going to go.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Have
See
a
you
good
later, guys.
Wednesday or whatever the fuck it is tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I probably won't see much of it, but
He's-
nice to talk to both of you guys.
Yeah. We'll chat again soon.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks for having me, Casper.
Yes, don't forget Wendy's doing a New Year's Eve stream if you're around as well.
Yeah, everyone's probably going to be busy that night, but we need to do one anyway. So, anyway, guys, see you later.
All right. Thank
See
you,
you, mate.
guys.
See you, Casper. Thanks,
See you,
Gruner.
Tori. No
Bye.
worries. All right. Wow, see, you start a live and you never quite know how it's going to go. I thought I was just going to waffle on for an hour and that was going to be it. But just get rid of. Okay, just clean up the mess there. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Anyone that dropped in, I know we had some people before, and then it sort of kind of changed. So some people probably went to sleep on me. But it was a great chat, and I look forward to yes. You can put your channel link in there too, Tori, because I gave you a spanner in case you want to advertise anything. Like I know you got a couple of channels. I've only got the one. I actually do need to make a backup one, but so if you want to put any links in there before I end it, you're welcome to. Or if it's too much hassle, not an issue. Yes, you have the tool. You have the tool. I feel very safe having Aussies that I know as mods and some of my other dearest friends like Verbal and stuff. All right. I forgot. I usually play that little lame outro, don't I? So let me just see if I can find it. And then I'm going to go to the damn toilet that I'm busting. And then I'm going to maybe go to bed.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one. That's the old one. That's not the new one. Yeah, that sucks. Actually, why don't I just play the old one for a change? Yeah, let me play the no, the old one had all the RDA references and stuff. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, damn it. All right, here we go, guys. Peace out. Hope you all have had a great Christmas, and if I don't see you before New Year's, have a blast.